Hello, and welcome to Dungeons and Magi, where we open our handbooks, open our minds, and more importantly, we roll the damn dice. As always, I'm your GM, Cade, or you may call me the Viking GM. Before we get started, we do have an announcement from our sponsor, Dungeon Crate. Ben, take it away.
Seen things, bought things. I cast Fireball at a tea party because I rolled a nat 1 on etiquette. Why? Because I didn't have my monthly shipment of Dungeon Crate. Behold, the chosen box, the sacred crate, the one package to rule them all. Dungeon Crate, a monthly treasure chest packed with all the loot your heart desires. Minis, dice, maps, adventures, and occasionally inner peace. I used to run games with nothing. No minis, no props, no dice that sparkled. Just vibes. Regret. But then Dungeon Crate came into my life. And now my goblin cry tears of joy. My dice shimmer like forbidden magic. My party? United! And also overpowered, but that's besides the point. You can have this power too. Go to DungeonCrate.com and use the code DungeonsMagi22 and receive 10% off your first order. That's right, 10% off. That's like finding a magic item in the tutorial zone. Dungeon Crate. Because the real loot was waiting at your door the whole time. Back to you, Kate.
Right. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. So, for us, it's been like a month or two since we've done Echoes of Elyndor. And we are transitioning to our new system to playtest it. Don't mind all the extra noise that somebody's making.
Sorry, I dropped dice.
So, we are transitioning to our new system, Arcanum Foundry. So, again, this is a play test for us to get us ready for next year. We will be working through some things, so you may hear more questions, things like that. So, bear with us when that happens, but this is a really fun roll system, and it's designed for RP. It's designed to be learned quickly.
And the roll mechanics are designed for first rollers.
Correct. So.
And somehow you still broke that.
Yeah. So.
You don't have to rub it in?
Last we left off, I believe. Last we left off, you explored the home of a Titan, basically. You found underwater inside of a cave, more or less. You found an actual quote-unquote living Titan. You had a decision to make. You leave it there, kill it, free it. And you decided to free it. Decided that it did not deserve to be held here, and whether that's going to help you or hinder you in the future, who knows? When you returned to the surface, getting ready to go back to Dracoria, the home of Calathar, and seemingly your new home since you became council members and things like that, a roar was heard, a painful roar, echoed through, and Calathar clutched his head yelled out, "Oh no," and dropped.
You're yelling at me.
Yeah, sorry about those who are listening with headphones. And
I thought we were on the search for another type.
you were. You had a vision of Dracoria being destroyed completely, and Calathar dropped. If we got any of this wrong, go ahead and correct us, because again, it's been
Yeah, I'm
almost
pretty
2
sure
months.
we went to another. We went to Dracoria.
Yeah, you were getting ready to go to
And
another
we
one.
went
Check
to
my
another
notes.
area,
Yeah,
and that's when Calathar. We had the vision, and Calathar dropped.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
So-
at Faerun's Reach.
Yeah. So, that's where we pick up tonight,
I think.
as Calathar drops to the ground. All of you flash out of that vision and see Calathar just laying on the ground, blood leaking from his nose.
Shit! I check a pulse.
I'm gonna go run up and check on him and see if I can see what I can figure out what's going on.
Okay. I would say both you and Bev can do it at the same time, because Bev said that she's going to check pulse. So for both of you, that would be an aptitude check. So, just a reminder, that is a 3d6. So I will start with Bev.
Fuck.
What do you got?
Okay. I got a 4, and a 6.
That's a 14.
And then I'm re-rolling the 6.
Uh-huh.
I got another 6.
14, 20. That explodes.
I rolled again and I got a 1.
So 21. That implodes.
6.
So 21 minus 6 is 15. That explodes.
5.
20 plus.
And I have a
your
+1 to aptitude.
21. I will say that this is a moderate, so that's a 12. That's a critical success. So make sure you count a momentum.
Okay.
Yes,
This,
folks,
this
you
is
will get-
this is what I'm talking about with this dice system.
Let's see.
Okay, Beatrice, what do you got?
1, 1, 3.
Okay, so that is 5. Both the ones implode.
You're the doctor.
5,
Okay, so that's 0.
5.
That's 0. Plus your aptitude.
I got 3.
3. So that is a
Can I just trip
critical
and
failure.
Can I just trip and fall as I'm going to
Well,
check
oh,
out?
Well,
keep in
I
mind-
was picturing me checking the pulse and you just walk over and punch him in the face.
Keep in mind, Beverly, remember you have an edge for the next check.
Mm-hmm.
You have an obstruction for the next one.
Okay.
Or for your next, I would say for your next roll period. So keep in mind, edge gives you an extra d6, and 5 and 6s explode. Obstruction removes a d6, and a 1 and 2 implodes.
I can just imagine it's like airplane.
So Beverly, you go up, you run up, you check the pulse, and Beatrice just goes up and smacks him. And you do feel a faint pulse.
Okay.
It is faint.
I look to Beatrice.
He was
I don't
about
know
to
why
wake
you
up
s-
until he got slapped.
I don't know why you smacked him, but he does have a pulse. Very
Can
faint.
we just say that I tripped and fell?
I'll say as you slap him, you trip over his body and tumble. And with that, like, feeling you, like, hit him, he... Oh. Oh. What happened?
You dropped. We had a horrible vision and you fell. I thought you were dead.
That wasn't a dream.
Wasn't?
And he sits up, like, sits himself up slowly, wipes the blood from his nose, and you see him close his eyes, trying to concentrate.
I think it was a concussion or anything, did I?
No. And he slowly opens his eyes and blinks very slowly. I can feel him.
Who?
My dragon.
Like he flew
The big-
far away, or
Big thing that caused a tsunami could possibly cause a tsunami.
I think you all saw Dracoria blow up, right?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
we need to go to Dracoria and check on it.
I agree. Well, yeah.
Everyone back to the ship. And
I
he
head
pulls himself
right
up
back
and
to
kind
the
of
gym.
brushes
Yeah.
himself off and goes to the ship.
We have people with us, right?
Yes, you do have people still that are able to use the ship and stuff. It was
I
Dracoria that
quickly give a loud, clear command for everyone to be ready for this ship to part quickly
saw. Okay.
and a destination home.
Okay. So you all board the ship once again and head for Dracoria. And we'll say for sake of brevity, you are able to you reach Dracoria with no issues. And as you are, actually, I will say it's going to take about a day or two to get to Dracoria. So if you wish to speak to anybody about anything, you can do so now while you travel.
There's no specific conversations, but unless Cal's locking himself in his room, I'm making sure that he's not alone.
So, okay. I mean, you can. He's in his room.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll go and check up on him. And I'll knock.
I'm gonna try to eat something in the galley.
Okay. So you. Who is it?
It's Beverly.
Come in.
Okay, I'll be quick. I wanted to check on you. I know this is a lot, and that's not even including the fact that you almost died there.
I spent so long without my dragon. When I finally got him back, I felt whole, like a piece of me was finally put back together, and now I possibly lost my greatest friend that I ever had. And this isn't just a dragon. I went through the trials as a child. I bonded to this dragon when I was 12 years old. We had been together for hundreds of years. And now, what do I do?
Well, I suppose the first step is finding out what happened, because if he was dead, so would you, right? You'd be dead as well.
I don't know. We once thought that if a dragon died, its rider died too, but I also was gone for thousands of years, and
That's
he
true.
survived. So, who knows what that time change did?
Well, we'll find the truth. And if that did happen, we make whoever did it fucking pay. And I just want you to know that we're here for you. You don't have to go through this alone.
I appreciate it. I have a feeling that Dracoria is gone. And if that's the case, it will need to be rebuilt from the ground
We'll help.
up. I can't lose my home too.
We'll save anyone that can be saved, and we'll rebuild.
Stop it.
I got off in the gallery.
I discreetly hand Colin a napkin.
A moist towelette.
Will you stop? Don't say that word. That word is banned.
Alright, so I will say, sake of brevity, you guys almost reached Dracoria. So as you crest the final ridge of jagged mountain winds, the skies open to reveal the valley where Dracoria once stood proud, and silence grips the air like a hell breath, and all of you are standing out on the deck waiting to see what is here, thinking you're going to see the dragons flying and the beautiful marble structures, but what you see is not ruin, it's obliteration. The soaring marble spires of the Crown District are no more. Where once the royal palace gleams like a blade against the sky, there's now a blackened crater, still smoldering at the edges, as if the wound refuses to cool. The crown nexus lies exposed, cracked open like a divine egg, ley line sparks flickering above it like dying stars. The walls that once held the world at bay are fractured and sunken, entire segments having crumbled inward as if crushed by a titan's hand. Towers tilt like snapped bones. One outer gate still stands, but it's fused shut, melted into place by some unknown arcane heat. The Emberforge corridor, once loud with hammer and fire, is silent now. Stone foundries are buried beneath slag and warped metal. Rivers of cooled iron have cut through the streets like black lightning scars. The great chimneys, those ever-burning horns of progress, lie on their side like slain giants. Where magic once danced in ordered spires, the veiled spire has collapsed inward. Not toppled, but seemingly folded into itself, defying architecture and physics alike. A slow spiral of dust and glowing ember still hangs above it, spinning silently like a spell that refuses to end. The hollow sanctum is perhaps the most haunting. The temples are not destroyed, they're hollowed out, like the divine presence within them was scooped clean, erased from stone and memory. Statuary lies headless, and the fountains run not with water, but with a thin silver ichor that reflects the sky in reversed motion. The echo warrens, once buried beneath the city's feet, are exposed now, entire sections of the undercity yawning open like bleeding wounds. You can see movement there, survivors maybe, or something else. But worst of all is the verdant reach, where nature once cradled the city with lush beauty. It is now nothing but ashen soil, petrified trees standing like gravestones. Whatever struck this place burned the life out of the land itself, leaving behind only quiet and dust. And above it all, a strange calm blankets the valley. No birds, no wind, just the occasional hum of residual arcane energy, and a smell of ozone, stone dust, and something older, something wrong. The City of Kings is dead. As you come in for a landing to what remains of the docks.
So we're by the waterfront?
You are... No, you're in the floating docks.
Oh,
Remember
floating
that?
docks.
These are floating islands.
That's right. I'm at a loss of words as I stare at everything. I just kind of say to nobody. What the hell?
Who could have done this?
I put my hand on Kel's shoulder. I'm
Dude, from where we're standing at that height, do we see any movement? Anything? Like, even if it's just like one random dude walking around? Nothing. There's gotta be somebody down there.
The eggs. What about the eggs?
Let's go check on him.
And before anybody does anything, he leaps over the side onto the dock and just rushes towards where the eggs are.
Follow.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I
Yeah, the crew can
instruct
take us in the
the crew
dock.
to tie the mooring lines and watch the ship, and then I run after.
Okay, so the crew just nods and starts tying everything up. So you all race through the shattered courtyards of the Eyrie. The sky-brewed sanctuary lies half buried in soot and fractured obsidian glass. The protective runes that once shimmered gold across the archways are now dulled, cracked, flickering faintly like fading stars. Dozens of dragon egg pedestals lie in ruins, some still smoking, others shattered violently as if struck from within. The air is thick with the acrid scent of sulfur, blood, and sorrow, and you can see cracked eggs where the dragon eggs almost look like hands were put into them and they were cracked open, and whatever was in was removed and crushed. but everybody go ahead and make me an aptitude check. And then I'll go one by one.
I have a quick question.
Oh no.
Can I use luck to get rid of my obstruction?
Yeah, sure.
I'm using one of my luck points.
Okay.
Damn it.
So I'm gonna kind of go backwards. Colin, what did you roll? Remember, this is a 3d6.
Yeah. So I originally rolled 2 4s and a 1.
So
And my
8,
aptitude-
9. Don't worry about that yet. Roll your implosion.
Which I already did. It's a 5.
So 9 minus 5 is 4.
My aptitude is a 5, so it's a 9.
So 9. Okay, so you failed by 1 point. Because this is an easy one. So that's a failure. V, what do you got?
6, 6, and 1.
Wow. 13. Go ahead and re-roll your 2 6s.
6 and a 3.
So 13, 16, 22. Re-roll that other 6.
4.
26 plus your aptitude.
3.
So 29. So that is definitely a critical success. So make sure you give yourself a momentum point. Remember that you get those every time you get a critical success, and you can end up spending those for rolls or advantage.
Where
And-
do I
it
find
max
momentum
30?
points?
Yes. I don't
There's no
have it
space
on the
for it on the
character
sheet
sheet.
yet.
You just gotta
I wrote
kind
it.
of write it down.
Okay.
I think that's our highest roll to date.
It is.
It is.
And then on your next roll, you do get edge, which means you get to add a d6, and then it explodes on a 5 and a 6. Okay, Arthur,
No.
what do you got?
5, 1, 1.
7. Reroll those ones.
Double 1s are big tonight.
5, 1.
2. 1. Reroll the 1.
5,
Okay, 0 plus your aptitude.
1.
So 1. That is a critical failure. So you will have an obstruction on your next roll. So you'll remove a d6 and a 1 and a 2 implodes. Beverly, remember you do have an edge on this.
Yeah. So I rolled a 6, a 1, a 1, and a 3.
11. Do the ones first.
A 2 and a 4.
That's 5. Reroll the 6.
A 6.
That's 11. Reroll the 6. That's what I'm talking about.
5. But I have momentum, so a 5 explodes, right?
Yes, 16. You had an edge, yes.
Yeah, that thing. And then a 4.
So 16 plus 4 is 20 plus your aptitude.
1.
21. That is a critical success. So gain another momentum, and you'll have edge again. See what I mean? Go. Drop all the way down, and then gain all the way back. Okay. Beatrice.
6, 5, 1.
12.
I used my one of my luck points to dissolve my obstruction.
Correct. So 12, reroll the 6.
Or the 1. Do you want me to do the 1 first or the 6 first?
1 first.
5,
So,
7,
yeah.
6, 13.
13.
17. It was a 4.
Okay. 17.
Plus
That
3.
is... That it... 17, 18, 19, 20. That's a critical success. So you gain a momentum, and you also have edge on your next one. See, this is that system. It can go one way and then right back the other. Okay, so I believe Colin is the only one that failed. No, sorry,
No.
Arthur failed. Colin and Arthur both failed because they're failures. Okay. So you, in the silent gloom, 6 cradles remain intact, each one still pulsing faintly with magical warmth. Their shells glimmer in defiance of the ruin around them, as if the eggs knew to wait for you to return. As Beatrice, as you look, something draws you to this egg. It's this pale rose quartz. The shell is softly glowing with healing warmth and delicate swirls like veins of light. And you move to it?
I move to it and I very delicately, like full hand, not just poke, caress the egg.
You can see in it your compassion and a quiet inner power. And just cracks slightly. It doesn't finish cracking, but it cracks slightly.
I turn and look to Cal.
Not enough to see anything.
I turn and look to Cal like,
And all he does, he doesn't say anything. He just nods his head.
I turn back and look at it. Oh.
Grab it.
I care. How big is the egg?
Like that big. It's pretty big.
So I delicately grab it and I cradle it like a baby in my arms.
And it's surprisingly light. You would expect it to be heavy. It's a dragon egg. But it's surprisingly light. And it only cracked that little bit, not enough to see and enough to acknowledge you being there. Colin, you seem to be drawn to this egg. It's granite gray with veins of molten orange. And do you move to it?
Yeah, I just kind of like, oh.
As you touch it, it feels warm, like stone fresh from the forge. And it cracks just slightly in acknowledgement.
I look to Cal.
Very light.
I step away with my
Beverly, you seem drawn to this egg. It's this shadowy indigo with flickering highlights.
I walk up to it.
It's hard to look at directly. It catches light strangely, almost vanishing at different angles.
I very gently reach my hand out and like stroke the side of it.
And it cracks just slightly in acknowledgement.
And I look over to Kale for a second and I pick it up. Gently.
Arthur, you almost feel called to this egg. It's dusky bronze with streaks of blue steel.
Are we gonna trust with Arthur with a dragon egg?
You got no choice. I'm walking up to it.
You approach?
Yeah.
Okay, the shell is heavy and rigid with the faint scent of oil and steel. And it
I'm gonna scoot closer, sniff it.
and it cracks slightly.
I didn't touch it yet.
Take it.
I'm gonna reach into the eggshell, then pull out.
And again, this dragon egg is so light, much lighter than you think it would be.
I gotta make sure I don't misplace you.
God, where did I set that dragon egg? V. Yours is so different. It's glowing neon green with an arc pulse that flickers. And as you approach it, it vibrates faintly with strange ticking sounds from within.
I straight up pick it up like.
And it cracks slightly in acknowledgement.
And I'm holding it, I'm like-
Where we all get an egg, you have to take care of it.
Yes. It's like the bag of flour. That's what our school did because we were broke. And then
Interesting.
there's, you all notice one more crackling silver and blue.
I turned the cow, I was like, so that's for you?
He walks forward, and you all can see the shell is laced with jagged streaks of lightning that flash when he touches it. And he's really hesitant to touch it, and as soon as he lays a finger on it, to your surprise, it cracks. And he slowly, almost hesitantly, not wanting to say he's moving on, he grabs the dragon egg. I don't. Is this all that's left? Should we check for survivors?
I would, but first we need to establish a base camp. Some kind of fortification.
I mean, we can just use it on the ship for now until we rebuild. Ship has armaments, it has the ability to move, if need be. And it has a crew that can watch it.
I think we should check for survivors, though we do need a place to put these eggs where they're safe.
I think we can find a place on the ship. And he actually, you're not, like, before turning around and leaving, he actually goes up to the pedestal that these were on, and he just goes, with one hand, just rips it up, and goes, we can use these in the ship. And walks away.
Calipar, not all of us are strong enough to do that.
I go up to mine and try to.
I go up
Okay.
to try and do it.
Okay.
Remember this, the structures were crumbling, so these are not as solid as they once were.
I would attempt to do mine knowing it's probably gonna fail.
No, it rips up.
I'll take mine too.
Okay. And it's pretty flat on the bottom, so you'd be able to like put these in your room, like up against like a corner, and kind of set them there. So.
Alright, little one. Guess you're coming with me. Can't wait to see what you look like. I'm talking to the egg as I'm walking to the ship to put it somewhere safe.
I look at Beatrice's egg and then mine, and I'm like, I hope our dragons get along, because they're gonna be stuck together.
Wait. Oh, Star Club. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that and move on.
So, everybody goes to the ship. You go ahead and go to your rooms and place the eggs in there where they're going to be safe. And then you guys are going to search.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double check and see if Starfluff is in. Like
They are nowhere to be found.
well. I walk out back to the group. We may have a problem.
You mean besides the whole entire capital city being destroyed?
Yeah.
What could that be?
Has anybody seen Starfluff?
Isn't the cat?
Not a cat.
Well, I don't usually keep an eye on stuff.
You lost your god.
No, I think my god left.
Well, he is a
I
cat.
misplaced my god. It's not where I left it last.
Usually they
Like a
are
cat.
either in my backpack or on my shoulder.
When's the last time you saw them?
When they pushed me into the little bubble thing to go down to the Titan, the city with the Titans. And
Okay,
they
maybe
got
not
me
till.
distant.
How alarmed you may want to be then? Because I
Well,
have a
since
net.
we're survivors. And when we're done with that, I will try to reach out to him.
I sigh and just pull B to the side to give her a theory. B, we're getting close to waking things up that may not like it, or whoever took out the gods don't like. What if B, your god cat thing painted a target on himself and that's why the city's gone?
That's what I want to find out. Because
As
he
in,
hasn't been responding to me. The last time I talked to him, he's like, you need to figure stuff out on your own.
then I would rather you focus on trying to find him, and we'll look for the survivors.
Yeah, but it's not a good idea to split up because we don't know about Dracoria.
Fair. Stick close to your husband. Just try to call out.
I don't know if he'll answer. Because he's not answering when he's speaking his name.
Annoy him. It works on you guys.
I'll try it.
Alright. Let's get back to the others and start looking for survivors. You just keep mentally poking to see if you can annoy him enough.
You do realize They have been with me for a long time. I can't annoy them.
I mean, I could try, but I think that'd be worse than you.
Yeah, they won't answer you. Or just to annoy me, they would answer you and not me.
I mean, at least then we would know.
Yeah, that's how you like it. Let's just focus on the survivors, and I will focus on Starcloth once we get back to the ship where we make camp tonight.
Alright.
Okay. So. Alright. So. You move through what remains of the city, your boots crunching through broken glass and bone-dusted ash. What was once a thriving capital, alive with song, firelight, and the rhythm of civilization, is now a charred husk. The wind here doesn't howl. It hisses through collapsed stone corridors and melted iron gates, whispering through what's left of the city's breath. The streets of Civic Row, once lined with merchant stalls and jubilant citizens, are now blackened corridors of twisted debris. The smell is unbearable. Smoke, decay, something metallic and sour beneath it all. Burned cloth still flutters on skeletons pinned beneath stone. A child's toy, scorched but intact, sits beside a pair of boots with nothing left above the ankle. You all call out once, twice. The city doesn't answer. Then you hear a sound. A soft, gurgled rasp from beneath a collapsed arch near the edge of the Echo Warrens.
I go or try to find whoever it is and dig them out.
So you start clearing rubble, and you uncover a young man, barely more than a scribe by the look of him. His eyes are burned almost shut, skin scorched and torn, lips cracked open only wide enough to whisper.
We didn't see it. Us. It open.
His voice rattles in his chest like dying parchment. He grips at your hand as you hold on, desperately, instinctively, and with a final shudder, he lets go. His hand falls limp.
What does he say? That we didn't see it?
We didn't see it. The sky, it opened. And as you continue moving through, you find a soldier next, impaled through the chest on a splintered beam, armor fused to his skin. He tries to speak, but only coughs blood. And with what little strength he has left, he slides a charred medallion into Calithar's hand before the light leaves his eyes.
I feel like I'm trying.
You then see a third, an elderly priestess cradled in the arms of a broken statue of her god. Her mouth forms silent words, lips praying, eyes wide open but utterly unseeing. The magic in her had already burned out, and what you found was the only echo of devotion before she dies. You found no wounded waiting to be healed. No voices calling from rubble, no children hidden beneath floorboards, just silence. Kind of silence that settles only after everything is gone. You're alone. Dracoria has fallen. And it's up to you. Do you build again? Or leave this in remembrance.
And, oh my god.
I had stayed out back by the soldier's body.
I just sit and put my head down.
We could have done all this.
You said the sky opened up.
Yeah, I look up at the sky and see if there's any, like, scarring or remnants of whatever came.
Nothing. It's like nothing was ever here.
I look to B and go, I think my theory may be more correct than we want to be.
I'm just kind of like looking down all over my head. I'm like, enlighten us what that theory is again.
There's two things.
Arthur, don't. We don't know for sure. Don't.
Then I'll do my second part. The part I haven't said yet. This was a message. We're waking up things that have been slumbering. Things have put the gods. This is a message that we can be taken out at any time. If we go push too deep. No. Well, imprison the gods. Now. As calm as I normally mostly am, I am angry. I'm not gonna sit here and let these deaths go to waste. What one and sent this message haven't met us. I can almost vouch for all of you that you're not gonna sit around and idly by and just crawl over, are you?
No, I'm not.
Hell no.
As much as the saying annoys me, let's defy. Let us show that they can't just kick us around and take us out when they want.
We rebuild.
Here.
We reforge. And then, something I always enjoy, we take vengeance. What does the king say? And I'm looking right at Calithar.
He stands there, this charred medallion still clutched in his gauntlet hand. We left for a week. A week. And as he looks at you, his eyes are hollow and rimmed red, not from tears, but the pressure of holding back the tears. And in that single breath of absence, everything is gone. Every oath I swore, every wall I built, every name, every child, every elder who watched the sun rise over these streets for 50 damn years, burned, turned to dust because we weren't here to stop it. And his hand shakes as he lifts that medallion, its edges scorched. Do you know what this is? This belonged to Commander Soren. He trained every last one of our new recruits. He taught them to march, to stand tall, to bleed with honor. And now, he's gone. Not fallen in battle, not honored in song, just buried, alone, like the thousands of others rotting beneath this ruin. And he turns to what remains of the veiled spire, now smoking. The gods didn't protect us. The winds didn't warn us. And no prophecy came to whisper, prepare. All our mights, all our magic, all our history, and they erased it like it never mattered. I was born to protect this city. I wore that burden like armor. And now I wear its ashes. And he kind of steps forward. This isn't just ruin. This is murder. I swear to every star that still watches this cursed world, whoever did this, God, man, or something deeper, they will pay. We will find them, we will drag them into the light, and when the time comes, when the reckoning falls, we will be the storm they never saw coming. And he just drops the medallion and walks away.
We have work to do.
Yes, we do. As I get up.
B. Go ahead and try more. Colin, stay with your wife for a bit. The rest of us, one, we need to make sure Cal does not get harmed, as well as find any resources that we can.
Agreed.
Food has become limited. Water may be contaminated. We need to find some resources. We need to make sure our staff on that ship has resources. We, plus them, are the final survivors. We were the guests. This was their home.
Well, the crew's from back where we started. They're not. I don't believe they're from here.
How do you know that not? Still,
That's a
they would
good
know the
point.
city.
Yeah, that's a good point. We never did get to know them that well. We should probably change that.
We need to have a meeting and speak to them too about all of this. And-
I'm gonna try to reach out to Starflow.
And we need to start farming immediately to make sure that we start having food.
Make a resolve check.
Okay, so that's. I still have the edge, correct?
Because it's you earned one for your next one.
Six, 5, 5, 1.
So 16, 17. Roll the 1 first.
5.
12. Reroll the 5. Because remember, they explode.
1.
What did I say? Oh, God. I don't
I
remember
think
what
it
it
was
was.
16.
16 minus 1. So 15.
Reroll 1.
Yep.
4.
11.
6.
17.
1.
16.
6.
Sorry, 17, 18, 12.
Reroll the 6. 4.
16. 17.
1.
16.
6.
10.
6.
16.
2.
17, 18,
2.
19, 20, plus your resolve.
3.
Okay, 23. This was a very hard, which you needed an 18. So you begin to concentrate. 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes. Nothing. You don't even feel their presence.
I try to cast a spell.
Sure. What do you cast?
I'm going to do botanical discipline. Is may harvest and identify growing plants or toxins with absolute plus resolve. And gain proficiency with herbalism tools and medical gear.
Okay.
Would that be a spell, technically?
Technically, no. Technically, that's a skill.
Fuck. One of these spells are
These classes are a little bit different.
okay. I'll just take a short rest. I will cast Blight Touched. That's the only thing I have.
So I will say, you focus on your hand and the magic appears.
So he's not dead, he's just not answering. Or they're not dead, they're just not answering.
So, welcome to a new part of the campaign. The rebuilding system. Welcome to D&D Sims. SimCity Builder.
Cue the music.
To New Dracoria.
Oh, I thought
We all from now on will just speak in Simlish.
I don't know how to do
What's
that.
I don't know.
We've
Is it
seen
what-
what it could
You
do.
just have to just act like you're drunk and talk randomly.
Dag dag.
Yeah.
Someone played.
It just makes
So-
absolutely no sense. Okay, so the first thing, so we have different things that you guys can focus on. I will give you the options, and then we will go from there. So we have the city rebuilding system. We have a sector reclamation system. We have a population system, and then a law building system. My suggestion is to leave the population to the end, obviously. So the advantage of doing the sector reclamation first is as you rebuild sectors, it gives you benefits when you restore it. Now, rebuilding the city, there are goods that need to be bought. I do have little buildings that, as you want to add buildings to the sectors, you can add that. So basically what we do is we go from the sector, figure out what sector you want to rebuild first, then in there you can figure out what building categories you want to add, and then I'll go into that. So you have 7 sectors. The first one is the Crown District. This is the seat of power. The benefit of restoring this first, this unlocks advanced treasury access, so it gives you access to more money, enables city laws, decrees, and diplomatic negotiations, and stabilizes leadership in noble factions. The second is the Emberforge Quarter. This is your industrial hub. This will unlock crafting stations and artisan NPCs, gives you passive monthly income, and it enables large-scale equipment and invention production. You have the Veiled Spire, which is the arcane sector. This would unlock spell research and teleportation networks, grants access to powerful arcane infrastructure, and enables magical defenses for the city. You have the Hollow Sanctum, which is your religious quarter. This would enable divine spellcasting and resurrection, restores clerical NPCs and spiritual aid, and grants prophecy and visions to aid Elyndor's fate. You then have the Shattered Wall, which is the defensive ring. This would increase the city's AC and defensive level, unlock auto defense systems and troop stations, and enables proactive protection and response missions. You then have the Verdant Reach, which is the agricultural zone. This would restore food supply and healing infrastructure, enable leyline purification and nature magic bonuses, and support resurrection and regrowth mechanics. And then finally, the Echo Warrens. This is the slum and undercity. This would increase the population cap and morale, unlock hidden lore or ancient powers, and recruits undercity factions or rogue specialists. So it's up to you guys, but it needs to be unanimous on what one you start rebuilding first.
I say, I speak up. I say we rebuild the government center first. We can get leadership established in there, law and order. We can establish order and security as we rebuild. Plus, we can reach out to our allies and secure loans to rebuild faster.
I disagree.
So,
I think we should restart the Verdant Reach. Food.
We can buy food.
from where?
With what funds?
I say we start with the Ember Forge, because then we can get income.
Well, keep in mind that if you do unlock the Seat of Power, it does give you access to the money.
Yes. And plus,
So, and I will say, Calathar would tell you this, the total kingdom wealth that you guys are finally gonna know is 12 million platinum. That's about 120 million gold. Liquid funds available right now is that Calathar has access to before restoration is only 2 million platinum, which is about 20 million gold. You get the other 100 million gold when you unlock that. So, chump change.
plus, I looked at Arthur. We have nowhere to house anybody. So the Forges, the Ember Works, and the Verdant Reach, while I think they should soon follow, we need to be able to access the treasury, we need allies, and we're going to need to attract people from the outside to come here and work to the restoration.
If you bring in too many people with just a small amount of force, we're going to get taken over.
Well, we can, at least with the government sector return, we can control it.
No,
Whereas,
we get conquered.
what's the conquer? As I kind of like point around, there's nothing here. We'd have to rebuild it and restore it for it to be
You
any
point out that we
worth
have
anything.
funds, and we look like an easy target. It might as well be highway robbery.
And if we just have food, either way, we're defenseless until we can restore the city. We need to be able to have access to funds and alliances that can help us with this.
I still think food would be a better option. How are you going to feed people when that chump change is gone and the government still needs work?
I still think we need to rebuild. We need access to the treasury and the higher forms of government. We can't organize the rebuilding effort without a strong center and leadership.
You can't rebuild if your people are starving.
What
How much
people?
food do we
What?
have on the ship?
What people? This is Calathar. What people do we have to feed?
Us.
We have food
If he
on the
wants
ship.
to, if he wants to bring in government,
We are the
if he wants to
government.
reestablish a government, he's gonna want to bring in people. How are we gonna assume all that resources of food for those
We
people
would be
then?
the government,
We-
Arthur.
We are far away from bringing people in. If we establish the Crown District first, that allows us to access the rest of the funds, which will then allow us to build. We also have no place for homes. We can create food all we want, but are we going to grow the food? Do you have experience growing food?
No, I do not.
So then we would have to bring people in to grow the food,
Which means we would have to pay them.
and then we would have to pay them and house them. We have no housing.
Would I know a little bit about agriculture because of my family?
Not to this extent. You know how to grow some plants, but like full-on agriculture to be able to feed a city, absolutely not. You're used to growing drugs. I may be the king, but you are my counsel. I will take that into consideration, of course, but I highly suggest we access all of our money first and then build. Because if we have access to the money, then we can build up our defenses before we even bring anybody in. We can build barracks and have the money to hire guards. If we're paying them, then they're going to protect us.
I say it's either well, technically we are the government.
For a government without money.
You basically, what you are doing is you are building the government building. You are building basically Calathar's home back up. And giving you guys also a place to sleep other than the ship.
Along with those other functionary government buildings.
Correct.
But I honestly think we should look at doing an offensive. Building our defense as much as possible.
So just keep in mind, so like if you, to be able to build a defense, you need to be able to build walls, barracks, towers. So guard barracks, just so you know, cost 25,000 gold. It also costs materials, which is 40 stone and 20 wood. And stone, one block of stone is 10 gold, and one bundle of wood is 5 gold. So, and then it takes a week to build.
Because right now we're utterly defenseless.
How much food do we have stockpiled? Like, will we be okay if we build
You
other
have-
things before the food?
With what's on the ship, you can, that ship is designed to last months. So you can technically eat from the ship and be fine and feed the people that are still alive. Because again, remember, you guys were supposed to be gone for a while, going to track all these titans down.
And plus the ship has defenses on it, so we aren't completely defenseless. Because the ship does have defenses. But we do need to get access to the funds that will allow us to rebuild. So we do need the crown.
And then
The crown
also
center.
keep in mind with building the barracks, you also have to pay the troops. So that costs 1,500 gold per 100 troops every month,
Pretty quickly.
not including if you have more citizens. It's 2,000 gold per 1,000 citizens every month, and then 1,000 gold per magical structure. If you want passive income, then you would build the marketplace, the trade port, the guild hall, that kind of thing.
Alright. So, Crown District, Forged, Verdant, defenses. That way we have money coming in and to pay people to do the Verdant, and then we can pay people for the defenses and rebuilding the defenses, and then we can work on the other things.
I agree.
But we need access to money to be able to rebuild the other things.
I kind of look into the others. So what do we say? I say the Crown District first.
I agree with the Crown District first.
I agree. I only have 30 gold in my pocket.
And so keep in mind, with building this, you have to build the council hall, which does take a significant amount of gold, but it also will open you up to getting more, because inside the Crown District is the Crown Nexus, the sealed vault tied to the Titan's Trust. It allows you to access the money directly.
I look to Arthur B.
But it needs to be unanimous.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who is going to track money?
God damn it!
You know what?
Actually, no, technically Kate didn't do it. Cal didn't do it.
Cal doesn't track money.
He
gives
doesn't.
the money.
Let's be honest.
Let's do it this way.
He wouldn't.
Everybody go ahead and roll 2d6. And stay there.
These implosions and explosions count in this.
Beatrice.
5 and 3, so 7.
Bev.
2 and 4, so 6.
Arthur.
5 and 3, so 8.
6, 7, 8. V.
6 and 2, so 8.
Colin.
6 and 1.
7. I will go ahead and roll for Cal.
I'm gonna laugh when Cal gets the highest.
Actually got the lowest. 5. So technically, Cal keeps track of the money. Because it was whoever got lowest. Because it was 7, 6, 8, 8, 7, 5. So there goes demonetization. So technically, Calathar keeps track of the money. Okay, so in order to establish the Crown District, it's going to cost a council hall. So that is 40,000 gold. So right now you have 120 million. I'm not doing this in my head. This is a lot.
Aren't you glad I bought that?
I mean, I have one on my phone.
All those teachers said we would never have calculators.
Exactly.
On the phone.
So that leaves 119,960,000 without the building materials. So now you need 50 stone and 20 wood. So the stone itself is going to cost you 500 gold.
What if we use the ruins of the city?
No. That's not structurally sound. And then 20
It
wood.
wouldn't be.
One bundle of wood has 10 in it. So you only need 2 bundles. So that's another 10 gold. So 510. So 119,960 minus 510. That leaves you 119,959,490.
I say, in true government fashion, we should form a committee that will study all bids, and then we will secretly take kickbacks from any of the contractors that want to
No.
get the bid.
Okay, so this is going to take about a week in game to build. So at this, you guys would be basically building this. You guys are engineers enough to know between you and V to be able to build this. It's not going to be the greatest thing ever, but you could maybe you have some people on the ship that know building and things like that, so they'll help. So as this is built, this will help. This also unlocks decrees and lawmaking, but this now gets you access to the full 120 million gold, which is what I've been tracking from. So you still have 119 million gold. And we have now
Gold or platinum?
119 million gold.
Okay.
It was 12 million platinum, which is 120 million gold. So that is the Crown District built. So
Now, with the Crown District rebuilt, does that also rebuild like the official archives and all that other jazz?
I mean, there's nothing to go in the archives. Everything was destroyed.
Have a place to put the new archives in.
Yeah. So a week goes by as the last scaffolds come down and the morning sun climbs over the jagged ridge line to the east. The Crown District of Dracoria greets the light not as ruin, but as something newly reborn. What was once a crater of shattered marble and charred banners now stands tall, resolute, like a throne carved from the bones of a dead empire offered back to the world, not as a warning, but as a promise. The council hall, once obliterated, has been restored stone by sacred stone. Its high-arched windows gleam with freshly forged glass, inset with threads of gold. The massive twin doors bear the sigil of the Storm Crown, repainted, rehallowed, and surrounded by runes that softly hum with warding magic. The living codex pulses faintly inside, suspended in a levitating cradle of silver wood and spell iron, awaiting new laws, new leadership, and new age. Around the plaza, statues have been re-raised, but not just of kings and generals. There are new faces now. Commoners, healers, a dragon's curled form carved in obsidian, wings outstretched protectively around the steps. The broken base of the old fountain has been repurposed into a memorial, etched with every name the survivors could remember. Flowers have already begun to appear at its edge. The air carries a new kind of silence, not empty but expectant. And above it all, from a repaired balcony overlooking the square, The storm-crowned banner flies once more, not the old tattered symbol of a fallen line, but a new design, still proud, still golden, but bordered in deep obsidian thread, a silent memorial to what was lost, and a defiant reminder that what remains will endure. So, with the Crown Plaza being built, with the ability to access all of the funds, it is up to you what you rebuild next.
I say we rebuild the forge to get income coming, and then the Verdant District for food.
What
I
do you
agree.
That way we can pay the workers as they come in. And feed them. Because we still have enough stores that we can feed from a small force. But if we want to get more people to start with the defenses, then we're going to need to build the Verdant District before we build our defenses. That way we have the food coming in for the forces, for our defenses. That is my opinion.
Everybody else agree?
Yeah. Just gotta be careful with our food supplies.
So, Ember Forge Quarter? Okay. So the Ember Forge Quarter, it is going to require 150 stone, 80 wood, 100 metal, and 25 arcane crystals. So it will cost about 13,000 gold to rebuild.
Assuming we have to import the crystals?
Yes. That's why they're so expensive. It's 250 gold per shard, and you need 25 shards.
Damn.
So
Can we find a locally sourced, cheaper version?
Sure, but they may explode.
Yeah. Where?
They might explode, but that's up to you.
Through the corrupted ley lines, of course.
No. God no.
Making the joke.
Okay, so with that, it brings you down to 119,946,340. Now, it is going to bring you in, though, 12,000 gold a month. So somebody write that down to keep track of that. So this takes about a week, another week to build.
You said 12,000 gold a month?
It's 12,000 gold a month that you bring in.
Enough an offshore bank account.
So basically, in one month, you almost make up what it costs to build it.
Should probably pass some ordinances to make sure that there's no heavy pollution in the city.
Well, you can whenever you want to, you can start building laws. I have sample laws that you can do, but basically you get to establish the laws from the ground up. So if you don't like a certain people being there, you can kick them out.
I go to the council chambers and I go there and I start writing. No nixes allowed. I take the official seal and I hang it up on the front door for all to see.
Except you can't do that.
I take it down and I rip it up into little pieces.
Hey, you can't do that to the law.
Watch me.
I am the law.
The law was only passed by 1, not 6.
The only person that has a seal is Califar.
And
He wasn't using it.
Isn't
Pretty sure that's
Colin the only human in the group?
Yes. No humans allowed.
So
Wow.
no humans allowed.
Racism.
So, would you like to see the Ember Forge Quarter that you just built?
Yes.
Yeesh.
Okay. So, as you cross this threshold into the rebuilt Ember Forge Quarter, the first thing you feel is heat. Not oppressive or wild, but warm, purposeful, alive. The air carries the tang of metal and oil, laced with the faintest trace of brimstone, like a dragon exhaling in its sleep. Where once there were blackened husks and slag-choked ruins, now stand towering stone forges, each belching controlled jets of white flame into the sky. Chimneys rise like spears, arranged in rows that mirror Dracoria's sigils, and from within them come the constant rhythmic clang of hammers on steel. Not chaotic, but orchestrated. The city beats again, and this is its heart. You see copper piping, glowing lay conduits, and crystal lanterns that flicker in time with power pulsing through buried lines. Steam hisses from vent grates as gear-driven lifts shuttle crates of materials from subterranean rails to elevated walkways where blacksmiths, artificers, and engineers move like clockwork. And as you stand in this marvel of what you built, we're going to take a break. Please do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Alright, and we're back. So, I'll say at this point everybody's still kind of sleeping in the ships. Beatrice. The ship rocks gently in the cradle of its mooring, the sound of Emberforge's hammer song distant and muffled beneath the hull. Your quarters are warm, dim, lit only by the soft golden pulse of your dragon egg resting atop the pedestal of smooth sandstone and inlaid silver. The shell, a delicate rose quartz veined with light and barely translucent, has been glowing brighter each day. But tonight, the glow is deepened. It's not just light, it's heartbeat. The room is silent, but not still. A faint chime, like wind through cathedral glass, echoes as a fine network of cracks forms across the egg's surface. Then, like the slow shatter of a dream, a piece falls away with a whispering clink, releasing a breath of radiant mist. The temperature rises slightly as if the very air is exhaling warmth. Then you hear it. Soft, wet breathing, a high, almost musical chirr. From the broken shell emerges a creature unlike anything seen in centuries. Your baby dragon is small, barely the length of your forearm, and breathtakingly beautiful. Its scales shimmer like morning dew on pink marble, flecked with faint glints of opal and pearl. Along its spine, a ridge of gossamer fins rise and falls with its breath, subtly pulsing with bioluminescent light. Not harsh, but gentle, healing. Its wings are translucent, almost like veined petals, with streaks of gold that catch even the dimmest light. They don't flap, they flutter, occasionally giving off motes of soft divine sparkles. Where its horns might be rough or jagged on another dragon, this one has arched crown-like prongs, smooth and graceful. It blinks up at you with wide, gentle eyes, not reptilian, but closer to a fawn's. Their color shifts as it looks at you. Soft lavender, then rose, then a light sky blue. It makes a sound. A chime chirp, and stumbles forward onto your lap, curling in close like it recognizes your heartbeat from within the egg. And as it touches your palm, you feel something. A soothing warmth washing over your skin. Not magic exactly, but something adjacent. Divine empathy. Your tiredness fades. The grief of the last few days, weeks, of the ash, the silence, the dead. It's still there, but somehow softened. Cradled gently rather than born alone. This dragon is not a weapon, it's a companion, a mirror of your light. And like you, it carries with it hope amid loss, grace amid ruin. So, this is called a Dawn Dragon. D-A-W-N. So it's got rose quartz scales, a pearlescent shimmer, translucent petal-like wings, soft bioluminescent fins, elegant crown-shaped horns. It's about cat-sized, but lanky and graceful, and this is as a hatching. When nearby, allies actually heal slightly faster, because it has a healing aura. Pain dulls, emotions calm, and magic cast near it feels more stable. Its personality is gentle, intuitive, highly empathetic. It makes soft musical sounds when others are hurt or grieving. It becomes visibly distressed when witnessing suffering, and it often tries to comfort others physically. It's loyal to you, but not clingy. Gives you space, but watches you constantly. And it's curious about art, song, and beauty, and it often tries to mimic music or the sound of your voice. And you're free to name it whatever you wish. You don't have to decide now.
Can I get all those details?
Yeah, I will send everybody their details.
Baby!
Beverly. The
Yes.
corridor outside your quarters is silent. Too silent. Your room, tucked into the most secluded corner of the ship, is kept dim by design. Thick curtains pull against the windows, and lamps are rarely lit. Still, within the cool shadow chamber, the pedestal glows faintly. The indigo egg resting on its silken cushion, flickering like it's absorbing the very darkness around it. For weeks, the egg has been silent, until now. Not with cracks, or spark, or sound, but with absence. The light near it fades slightly, not from malfunction, but as if the shadows themselves are leaning in. A thin fracture forms down the egg's surface, not jagged, but perfectly straight, like it was etched there deliberately from the inside out. Then, nothing. You notice it. The egg is empty. Not shattered, not scattered. Split neatly, both halves hollow. Your eyes dart across the room, but you already know. It's here, watching, waiting, choosing when to be seen. And then from the corner of the ceiling, the shadows unfold like silk. A sleek serpentine form lowers down silently, coiled across your bookshelf. Its body glimmers with deep indigo and midnight violet scales, so dark they seem to drink the light. Each scale shimmers subtly like oil on water, an effect only visible when it moves. Its wings are not leathery, but veil-like, shaped like a bat silhouette, but made of semi-transparent membrane laced with strands of starlight. They don't flap, they glide, flowing like ink underwater. Its eyes are its most striking feature, large, almond-shaped, and entirely silver with no pupil. They reflect everything, yet reveal nothing. When it blinks, it does so slowly, as if measuring your soul each time. It lands before you with no sound, tail curling neatly behind it. Its head tilts slightly, bird-like. Soft clicking purr emerges. Not affectionate exactly, but curious, testing. Then it bows its head, a motion that feels more like an agreement than submission. It has chosen you. So this is called a shade dragon, with its deep indigo and violet scales with subtle shimmer, silver reflective eyes, veil-like wings, and a whip-thin tail. It's the size, about the size of an otter. And any nearby magical detection spells flicker or fail near it. And passive perception penalties for others in dim lights. Stealth bonuses apply naturally when it's near you. This thing is inquisitive and hyper-aware. It notices everything, even when pretending not to. It's also a silent companion. It doesn't vocalize unless imitating a sound it's heard. It tends to appear in corners, ceilings, or behind books, never in plain sight unless it chooses to be. It's protective but calculating. It will act if needed, but always weighs options first. And it only seems playful in moments of extreme safety. Otherwise, it's a watcher.
Hell yeah.
So, Arthur, the low hum of the ship's engine pulses faintly through the hull. A dull, ever-present rhythm, barely noticeable unless you're the kind of person who listens for disturbances, like you do. Tonight it's different. There's a vibration in the floor. Not sharp, not magical, just heavy, intentional. You turn towards the pedestal where the egg rests. That massive, dusky bronze and steel egg, thicker than the others, like it was forged rather than laid. A faint rhythmic pulse runs through the shell like a forge hammer pounding from within. Then silence. A single crack forms down the egg side, not in panic, not in haste. It splits, deliberate, like a vault door opening. The top falls away with a metallic thunk. What rises is less like a creature, more like a statue waking up. The dragon is built like a living fortress. Thick, scale-plated armor in smoky bronze and streaks of gunmetal blue, like storm clouds caught in iron. Its hide has an almost matte finish, like it was quenched in oil and sand, and small rivulet-like ridges run down its flanks, not decorative but structural. Its wings are short and wide, more like shield panels rather than soaring sails. Its tail is thick, studded with hardened ridges, like it was designed for defense before flight. It doesn't roar, it doesn't cry. It growls, low and steady. Like a subterranean tremor that resonates in your chest. Its eyes are soft, molten amber, glowing from within like coals banked beneath armor. And when it locks eyes with you, there's no moment of awe, no tearful rush, just a mutual understanding. You protect, I endure. It steps down on the pedestal with a heavy, deliberate gait. When it reaches you, it plants its feet and sits, as if claiming its place at your side, not through show, but through presence. It's not here to impress. It's here to stand between the world and those it loves, exactly like you. This is an ironhide dragon. So thick bronze and blue steel scales, blunt horns, reinforced wings like bucklers, wide-plated tail. It's compact but dense, like a winged mastiff made of stone and willpower. Any allies within 10 feet gain a +1 to saving throws against being frightened or knocked prone, and when it's near, people instinctively feel safer. It's stoic, patient, and observant. It rarely acts without thinking. It dislikes chaos. It tends to bark or growl softly at loud noises or disorder. It has a protective instinct that is unshakable. It will always place itself between danger and its allies. It expresses affection through proximity and stillness, not play. And it has a deep loyalty. Once bonded, it will never leave unless commanded. V. Your room never quite looks the same twice, especially not with the dragon egg in it. Wires are draped like vines across the ceilings. Blueprints are pinned to the walls at crooked angles. Loose gears, rune chalk sketches, and half-finished contraptions crowd the space like a mad artificer's garden. The egg, glowing neon green with faint arc pulse veins flickering across its surface, hums now. Not magically, but electrically. It thrums with energy, vibrating just enough to rattle the pedestal. One of your nearby devices sparks, flares, and fries itself with a puff of lavender smoke. You look up. A sharp crack cuts through the room. The shell fractures down the side with a jagged, lightning-shaped split. Not graceful, not measured. It shatters outward in a burst of kinetic force, sending a few tools clattering to the floor and lighting 3 nearby rune plates simultaneously. Then it laughs. Not laughter exactly, but the sound that bursts from within the egg is a chirruping buzz, like a chime and a glitch colliding in midair. Out from the fragment springs a whip-thin dragonling, twitchy and slick as if sculpted from emerald glass and copper wire. Its scales flash between bright green, metallic yellow, and iridescent teal as it moves, like a living prism caught in an arc storm. Sparks crackle from its limbs when it walks. Its claws leave faint scorch marks on the wood as it pads forward on 2 long limbs, wings twitching with raw static. Its wings are not smooth. They're uneven, like sheets of living glass over a lattice of gold-flecked wire, crackling with arcane resonance. They hum like a power core when it moves too quickly. Its tail ends in 3-pronged tip that clicks and whirs constantly, sometimes emitting a soft, curious whine. Its eyes are wide, glowing turquoise orbs with faint concentric rings. And when it sees you, it doesn't wait. It launches itself directly at you, wings flaring, tail sparking, claws scrambling for grip until it's perched on your shoulder like an overgrown electric weasel. It chirps again, then promptly begins chewing on a gear. This is a spark dragon. Flickering green teal copper scales, crackling arc-light wings, strange tail with a rotating tip and glowing ringed eyes. It's slender and long, about ferret-sized, but wiry and high energy. Any magical tech within 10 feet of it gains temporary energy surge, so it gets an advantage on its rolls. And it may also overload fragile items, and random harmless sparks occur regularly. It's hyperactive, curious, and always moving. It investigates everything by biting, climbing, or shocking it. It has no concept of personal space or caution. It frequently mimics sound and voices it hears, including your own. It's obsessively interested in tools, glowing things, and moving parts. And it's highly expressive. It communicates with a wide variety of chirps, static pops, and light pulses.
I love it.
Colin, your part of the room is kept pretty orderly, not sterile, but intentional. Every item has its place.
Are you saying that the side of the room is messy?
Yes.
Actually, if I can see the side of the room that's always messy, I'm the neat and orderly one.
Every corner swept. His pedestal, or your pedestal carved from the blackened stone, holds the egg like a relic, resting on a carefully folded cloth of ash gray wool, its edges hemmed with stitching. The egg has always been a little bit heavier than the others. Tonight it begins to pulse. Not with light, but with heat. Not fiery or wild, but deep, smoldering, like stone that's been resting just above magma for 1,000 years. Faint cracks web across the surface, revealing veins of glowing orange-red, like cooling lava under obsidian. A low rumble builds in the air, so low it's felt in the bones rather than heard. Then the shell splits with a dull crack, and a sliver of glowing dust escapes like smoke caught in sunlight. The egg doesn't burst. It slowly unfolds, piece by piece, like tectonic plates shifting to reveal what lay beneath the earth. From the heart of the broken shell steps a dragonling built of rock, fire, and resolve. Its scales are mottled texture of granite gray and dark clay, marbled with lines of molten orange. Its body is stocky but balanced, with powerful limbs and a thick tail that ends in a ridge of obsidian-like spikes. As it breathes, small vents along its neck and chest release wisps of steam or ember-laced breath. Not aggressive, just constant, controlled. Its wings are structured like stone slabs, rimmed with a crystalline filigree that flickers like stained magma glass. They stretch only when needed and fold neatly with a soft metallic hiss. The dragon walks slowly, deliberately, each footstep leaving a faint scorch mark on the floor, not from recklessness, but from presence. Its eyes are narrow, intense, and molten gold, not glowing but watching, calculating. It steps in front of you and lifts its chin slightly, meeting your gaze without fear, without demand. And then it sits. Not like a pet awaiting a command, but like a tactician finishing a maneuver and signaling readiness.
Does it have ears?
Not really. Kind of like the reptilian, like, internal ears.
Scratch about ears.
This is a magma dragon. So, granite-colored scales, veins of molten orange, ember-breathing vents, crystalline magma glass wings, rigid obsidian tail. It's solid and muscular. It's about a medium dog size, but heavier.
I poop it on the snoot.
Allies within 5 feet gain resistance to fire damage, and it can shed a dim light in a 10-foot radius at will. It's calm, focused, and highly perceptive. It rarely makes noise. When it does, it's a low growl or a single resonant chuff.
I poop it on the snoot.
It's protective in a quiet, watchful way. It will always stand between you and danger. It has a stubborn streak. Once it makes a decision, it sticks to it unless commanded otherwise. And it prefers structured environments and gets irritated by clutter or unpredictability. Oh, you guys don't want to hear about Calafar's dragon.
Yes, you do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
The ship is quiet, unnervingly so, save for the distant rumble of thunder far beyond the city's edge. A storm's edge lingers on the horizon, but it does not move. It waits. Inside Calafar's room, the pedestal has never flickered, not once. Not since he brought the egg aboard. Its silver blue shell, streaked with vein-like arcs of dormant lightning, has remained perfectly still, silent, stoic, like its owner. Until now. The air changes, charged. The room begins to hum, and the hair on Calathar's arm stands on end. Static crackles along the walls. The lights flicker, not because of power failure, but because something greater has entered the space. Then, a crack, like distant thunder, sharp and sudden. The egg fractures in a spiral along its side, glowing from within in an intense blue-white radiance. Lightning arcs between the cracks, illuminating the room with brief, blinding flashes that cast Calathar's shadow onto every wall. The shell doesn't break, it explodes. In a soundless burst of white-blue light, shards are hurled outward, embedded harmlessly in the walls like glassy snowflakes. When the light dims, standing in the center, smoke curling from its wings, arcs of lightning crackling across its back, is a dragon born of storm and silence. It's breathtaking. Its scales shimmer in a rolling spectrum of storm silver, cobalt, and ghost white, shifting like clouds lit by lightning. Its wings are vast, webs with translucent film laced with glowing veins of arcing light, twitching with residual static as they fold. Along its back, ridges rise like sharpened thunderhead peaks, each one edged with crackling energy. Its eyes glow with no pupil, pure electric gold, filled with something ancient and noble. When it steps forward, lightning crawls across the metal floor beneath its feet. Not destructive, but claiming. It walks straight to Calathar and lifts its head, eyes locked onto his. There's no sound, no chirp, no cry, just the rumble of thunder that rolls through the ship, felt more than heard. And then it kneels. Not in fear, not in submission, but in recognition. The dragon's not here to be raised. It's here to stand beside him as an equal, an extension of the storm Calathar has carried since the day he first swore to protect a world that seems determined to burn itself down. So this is an ancient dragon. This is a Tempest dragon. It's lean but long-limbed, about the size of a wolf, but with outstretched wings that already span over 6 feet as a hatchling. So as a hatchling, it's the size of a wolf.
Good God.
Damn!
Overcompensated or something?
Yeah, the loss of his other dragon that died.
I'm thinking.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I was.
Wow.
So
Maybe sound
allies,
like a dick.
allies within 10 feet gain resistance to lightning damage, and when emotionally triggered, it may unleash harmless static discharges and pulses. This thing is fiercely loyal, almost militaristic in behavior. It responds instinctively to Calathar's mood and voice. It watches others closely but interacts rarely unless given permission. It's tremendously protective. It will not hesitate to stand between Calathar and danger no matter the odds. It has an ancient stillness to it, as if some fragment of the storm gods resides within its soul. And when alone, it climbs to the highest perch it can find, gazing into the clouds like it's listening for something only it can hear. So, your dragons have now hatched. You are responsible for taking care of these dragons. At this point, they cannot fight. They are babies. I will say, in-game, once they hit about a year old, that's usually when they're able to do combat. I would say IRL, probably 10 to 15 sessions until they're able to do combat. But they can be trained, and eventually, if you wish, Calathar can teach you to ride them.
Yeah.
You already know B's gonna do that.
So
I'm gonna
I
need
will
a
say
tool
with
to
this,
master mine.
I already have a name for mine.
Calathar ventures into the dining hall, and if anybody's there, you see this large dragon trailing behind, especially compared to all of yours. This thing is massive. The biggest one out of anybody's is Arthur's, and it's, again, the size of like a small mastiff. This thing is the size of a wolf.
So what Morgan is essentially gonna be?
Yes. That
Oh shit.
that is about the size of Arthur's.
Oh shit.
Well, but it's a small mastiff.
Mine's about what, the size of a border collie?
Hmm.
It's a medium dog, right?
Yeah.
And mine's gonna be about the size of a cat.
Mine's small enough that it can wrap around my shoulders, so it's just like, it's a cat. It's a cat.
I'm trying to teach my dragon, like, sit, give me your paw.
I'm showing my dragon all the tools and how they work and all of that because it's curious. It's curious little Entrapta. I'm calling her Entrapta.
Dracta?
Entrapta.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so is everybody going to kind of meet in the dining hall with the dragons? Because if you name them, I can.
Yeah, I don't know what to name mine.
So Calathar shows his, and again, you see this large dragon. Well, it seems everyone was given a gift. This is Zafarion. So, it is Zafarion. Zephyrus is a wind god, and Etherion means heavenly. So it's a mix of both. So when you see this thing just kind of sit down right next to him, and sitting down, it's up to his waist, and he's like 6'3".
Yours is huge.
I'm gonna say Entrapta, like I gave Entrapta a little gear to gnaw on and play with.
I have named mine Vulcan.
Wonder where you got that from.
Surprised.
Yeah, what's Vulcan?
I don't know.
Where did you come up with the name Vulcan?
I don't know. I read it in some book.
Sounds stupid.
You know, in hindsight, it really wasn't bad. Apparently, there was an original version of it. It was okay, but then they had like this next era something. I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like it was short-lived and didn't prosper at all.
It really didn't.
I heard it got blown up.
Yeah, there is a version of that, I'm told, but I don't think it was very popular.
I did hear there was like a next generation of it or something.
Yeah.
You could call it an enterprise.
Nah, sounds stupid.
Mine is hiding around here somewhere. They're shy, but I named them Nocturne.
Appears in the corner, like right above your head,
Oh, oh!
and then disappears again.
Such a sweet little creature, right?
Is that a snake?
It's a dragon. I don't know what creature you think you got.
I don't know. That's weird. Long.
You said Nocturne?
Yeah, Nocturne. Nocturne. It means a musical composition inspired by nighttime.
the Uninders what?
Entrapta.
ENTRA.
PTA.
ENTRAPTA. Right?
Yeah, Entrapta.
Okay. Vulcan.
Don't diss my dragon.
My dragon could eat your dragon.
Right now. But remember, mine's grounded. Your little electricity storm thing can't affect it.
Wait, does his dragon like the back door too?
Whoa! Let's not do insinuations about my dragon.
Wait, is your dragon a boy or a girl?
I don't know.
It's genderless. Who knows? It's like just the melding of the minds.
I'm just looking at my
The,
dragon and like
the
kind of.
dragon jumps up and bites you right here.
I'm just like have my dragon sitting on the skin. I have no idea.
That's a horrible name for a dragon.
That's not
That's very
their
long-winded.
name.
Come here, I have no idea.
I'm just normally standing where I stand with now my giant right beside, and I'm just staying silent. If I don't have a name, and I'm not going to admit it.
I didn't think I was gonna be able to hit a dragon. Now seeing dragons are cool.
You should call. I look over at her dragon. I'm like, you should call it Starfluff Junior.
Do you want to piss off a god?
Yes.
Artie? No.
All right, Saint Beatrice.
Quiet, Artie Smarty.
Okay. So, what would you guys like to do? Would you like to continue building? Would you like to give it a break and go look for a Titan? It is all up to you.
I think we should build those farmlands now.
I agree.
Yeah, built the farmlands.
It
So
would
the
be
Verdant
wonderful.
Reach. You want to build the Verdant Reach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure there's cattle ranches there too.
We're definitely gonna need food to feed these dragons. Oh.
Okay, so to rebuild the Verdant Reach, it costs 95,000 gold. Agriculture's expensive.
It really is.
Gonna be, growing other stuff than just agriculture.
Hey, Bev's down.
That's up to you.
Are you trying to grow weed?
Huh?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No drugs.
Hey, we
How
make
will
the
you
laws
produce
here.
medicine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Medicine.
medicine. There
Okay.
are medicinal properties to it too.
Okay, I'll amend my statement. No recreational drugs.
Again, medicine.
Okay, so the actual structure of it costs 95,000. So that drops you down to 119,851,340. Then you need stone, wood, mana, glass, seed, and oil. So you're looking at 800 for the stone. Plus 600 for the wood, plus 7,500 for the mana crystals, plus 2,500 for the glass, plus 5,000 for the seeds and soil. So that's an extra 16,400.
Yeah.
So you have 119,851,340 minus 6. Minus 16,400. So that leaves you with 119,834,940 gold. So
Okay, I got a name for her.
one second. We'll get there. So the breeze that flows through the lower east quarters no longer dry and dead, but cool, damp, and sweet, carrying with it the scent of fresh earth, blooming flowers, and clean running water. By the way, this took 3 weeks. You step into the heart of the newly rebuilt verdant reach, and gone is the ashen soil and petrified trees. In its place stretches a lush, vibrant sprawl of green and gold, a ride of color and texture where once there was only gray. The ground is lined with creeping vines, bioluminescent moss, and beds of wildflowers carefully coaxed back from extinction. Stone aqueducts now flow freely with crystal clear water, branching in elegant curves across terraces and bridges to nourish the land. At the center, the hanging gardens rise once again, towering pillars wound with flowering vines, each level blooming with edible flora, medicinal herbs, and fruit-bearing trees, all lit by mirrored sunlight and glowing mana glass domes. The tiers spiral upward like a stairway of life itself, alive with the sound of bees, birds, and flowing irrigation channels. You now have a place to produce food. So as long as this is maintained, it will constantly provide food. You also are starting to get workers who are sleeping on the street because you have no place to house them.
We should probably build the housing.
Yeah.
Now housing is its own thing.
And we should also probably make sure that there's plumbing and sewers and all that jazz.
Well, that
We also
that
need to make
kinda-
laws and soon.
Yeah, kind of comes with it.
Like what, soon?
Laws.
Oh, yeah.
Because people are going to break things that should be obvious laws, but that we haven't stated are laws.
And we need to make a police force. And a fire brigade.
Yeah, some kind of guard, some kind
Fire
of...
force.
And probably a school system.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming most people probably haven't brought children yet, but we need them for when that does happen.
And I'm going to design I'm already working on the defenses of the city.
Okay. So we're building housing next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it's expensive. 15,000 gold, just base. So you're spending 15,000. Also 200 gold in wood. Plus 200 gold in stone. Plus 1,000 gold in glass. Then 1,000 gold for fabric, bedding, things like that. So you're looking at 17,400 for this.
Okay.
Now, this also increases your population. So, let me do the math here. 34,
And the forge brings in 12,000 gold a month, right?
Correct. So let me add 12,000 because it's been about a month. So 119, 846, 940. And then you now have 1,000 people here. So keep in mind that is going to cost. Let's see what it is. So every month it's going to cost you about 2,000 gold per 1,000 people. So starting next month, you will start having to take away 2,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you can start getting more stuff incoming, then obviously it fixes itself. Now, do you want to do law building?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, we should.
I suggest it. I think it's
Lost
because
meetings.
you can repopulate after that, because I have a whole system for going to recruit and stuff like that. So for okay, so you rebuilt the council hall. That was the first step. So now you have to appoint roles. Is everybody going to vote to keep Calathar as the king?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Now, you need a high arbiter. It's got to be one of you. This is obviously, the arbiter is your strength. This is the one that enforces the laws.
Artie McFarty.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Smarty.
Okay, so Arthur as the high arbiter.
Probably a bad decision, but also a good decision.
Okay.
Especially since I figured out the name of my dragon.
Who
No.
is going to be the law scribe? This is the one that physically writes the laws. Like, all of you agree on the laws, but this is the person that writes them out. They are the scribe.
Beatrice.
You want a doctor.
I mean-
the whole thing in doctor's handwriting.
I was gonna say I could do it because I have that ink that's got the forever purple ink, so all of our laws are just written in purple.
So
Okay.
not only are you a secretary in real life, you are in
Yeah.
game too.
To be fair, this probably is temporary. Once we get a whole bunch of people, we can hire people for these
And you can.
and go back to our old
Okay.
roles.
So Beverly as the law scribe. Then you need a public voice. The person to speak to the people.
Calathar.
Calthar's the king.
I mean, he can technically do both.
You can do both. People want to hear from the little.
No, let's have Beatrice.
How many
Wait.
roles are there?
That's it. The rest of you are
Wait.
still council members, but those are the main roles.
Don't ask Beatrice to be public.
It
speaking
should
because
probably
it's not
be
gonna
somebody
fair.
with a lot of guile. Right?
I mean,
I have 3.
Technically, yes.
I
Calathar
have
only
3.
has 1 in guile.
have 3 in guile.
So
I mean,
it looks like
Calathar
it's either
can
you
do
or I got
it.
2.
Yeah, let the king do it.
Yeah, with one guile.
No, I like this better idea. Let's have V do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
V
V is the public
I'll
voice.
teach V public speaking.
Okay.
Oh god! This is going to be fun.
All
Are you
right.
gonna like be and throw up in public speaking?
At
Oh.
least you're not farting while
I've
public
never had to
speaking.
publicly speak before in my life. This is going to be new.
Just
So
imagine everyone in their underwear.
this also means, Beverly,
I'd
that
rather
even
imagine
out of
you in your
character, you need
underwear,
to write
sweetie.
down any law that you guys agree on.
Okay.
So, the way this works, a council member may submit a proposal for a new law. You then deliberate, discuss the law's purpose, enforcement, consequences. You vote. It does not have to be unanimous. A majority must agree for it to pass. If there is a tie, then Calathar will break the tie. He does not vote unless he needs to. Then you finalize. The law is magically etched into the living codex. And then, I mean, if not everybody agrees, we can also do contested rolls for it. A persuasion versus like an insight kind of thing.
Could let the people vote, too.
Now, this isn't a democracy.
True.
This is a dictatorship.
True enough.
So, I will give you some sample laws. You can choose these or you can make your own. One of them is... Oh, sorry. You also have to... The laws must fall under one of these types. Okay? Civic order, which focuses on citizenship. Just... You don't even have to write the focus, just write the category. And then I can tell you what the focus is if you need a reminder. Yeah, civic order. This is citizenship, curfews, weapon carry laws, property rights. Then there's trade and economy, which is market regulation, tax policy, guild permissions. There is magical regulation. This is magic use limits, ley line tampering, astrolith study ethics. The next category is divine doctrine. So this is temple governance, heresy, divine influence on law. Then there's security and defense. So military presence, internal surveillance, and conscription. Then there is, the final one is exploration and salvage. So the rights to ruins, resource control, and adventurer guidelines. So the laws must fall under one of those categories. So some samples. A blade band. This is a civic. So open carry of weapons prohibited inside the Crown District. Consequences, fine and temporary detainment. A guild levy, which is trade. 10% tax on all merchant guild profits. That gives you a gold influx, but a risk of rebellion. There's the Arcane Warden Act. Wild spellcasting must be registered. This gives you arcane loyalty, but possibly mage unrest. A Sanctum Right. All temples must serve any seeking healing. This gives a public morale boost, but strain on divine casters. Wall Watch conscription. All able-bodied citizens must serve 1 month or a year. This brings the city defenses up, but population morale drops. And then another sample is the Echo Warren's Protection Edicts. No one may claim ruined property without permit. This prevents faction overreach and encourages city equity. So sample things like that. And then once you propose a law, we can talk about the different punishment types once you get to that. So, in character, does anyone have any laws they would like to propose? We must make laws.
Well, the immediate...
That makes sense.
Yes. The immediate things that I think of is laws regarding theft and murder. And any other types of physical assault.
Okay. So that would fall under civic order. So what would your proposal be?
Well,
Like no theft, no murder, eye for an eye.
I think obviously we should discuss it at least partially, but I think there needs to be some type of distinction between theft for necessity and theft for greed. Like when it comes to food versus material items. There needs to be a punishment regardless. I
mean, to be honest, if we are doing our job, would there be any such thing as theft for necessity?
That's true.
I like to take care of my people. We've never had anybody need to steal here. We've just had people steal.
Okay, so that takes care of that, as long as we take care of our civilians like we'd all like to. Theft, I would say a fine and temporary imprisonment. Probably a shorter amount of time. I would say there might be like a threshold where if you steal over a certain amount, then you're in there for longer.
So, we can choose enforcement. There are options. There is the town guard. They could enforce it, or the magistrate order, or there could be divine judgment, which is magical. I would say for that we'd probably use the town guard because
Agreed.
Yeah.
more out in the open. That obviously would fall under Arthur. And then punishments, we could do fines where they pay from personal or faction wealth. There's also labor service where they spend a few weeks of rebuilding duty, which basically what you would do is if somebody gets caught, you roll a d6 and they get that many weeks of rebuilding duty. There is exile where we ban them from the city for a time. There is imprisonment. We can either store them in magical stasis or guarded cells. And then we also have trials. We have traditionally trial by combat, trial by magic, or trial by truth.
We should probably think about building a prison to house our eventual malcontents.
I agree. I think
Nothing torturous, but just like a prison.
I agree. I think that with theft, there needs to be a fine, and I would say imprisonment. Perhaps rebuilding duty, if the rest of you think that would be a good idea. If they're that bored that they have to go steal things, we'll give them something to do.
That sounds like a idea to me, honestly. I think a fine and help with the rebuild.
You could also, if they don't learn their lesson, chop their hand off.
That's
a little
extreme.
intense. Now, you steal from the crown, you get your hand chopped off.
Why did it sound like he stole something from my head? I just was going to keep it silent.
Right?
So,
Because this is Colin and he doesn't know how to keep his inside thoughts in his brain just spilled out.
So, the new law proposal is for theft. The punishment for theft is a fine. What would you say the fine would be?
100 gold.
Well, it kind
depends
of
on
depends
what
on what's
was
being stolen.
High for somebody that's stealing.
I would
Which is
say
the
the
goal.
amount of the item that they were going to steal.
Well,
Well, I say you do it based off like the amount that they stole. But what about first offense, second offense?
I mean, here's an idea. We could come up with severities of thefts. Like, if it's over a certain price, we could call it like a felony or something. Or and then if it's not over that price, it could be like a misdemeanor. That sounds cool.
I
Can
agree.
you think of something else to call them, though?
I would think like maybe if it's over like 2,500 gold, it's a felony, and up to 2,499 gold, it's a misdemeanor.
We will need to also appoint judges and...
Oh, that we can do after. Right now, we don't need judges if we have no laws.
Well, in tandem with the laws, because unless we plan for the town guard or Artie Smelly here to be the sole judge and possibly executioner of everybody.
Yes, but how about we focus on the laws first?
Just saying.
I'm gonna smack Colin upside the head.
I'm the only one that can. Me and V are the only two that are allowed to make fun of Artie McParty.
Okay. So, all in favor of this law?
I
guess.
What, you want people to steal?
No, but we didn't specify the consequences.
We could
well,
find
it's
some
fine.
labor service.
And rebuilding duty.
Imprisonment.
So, okay. Well, that is law number 1. Only about 1,000 more to go.
Wait, what?
Welcome to building a city. Anybody have any laws that they would like to propose?
I think
Does it make sense?
Yes. It's in terms of national defense.
Conscription.
I was actually going to say not allow the conscription and only have a volunteer force with monetary incentives for them to join.
So, I mean, we could create something like a national guard.
Yes, a part-time. We can have a part-time force and a standing force.
So weekend warriors.
Yes.
That would make sense. They probably wouldn't do much. They'd be kind of useless.
I don't know about that.
Especially if they deal with like wiring things and communication.
I propose the creation of a part-time national city guard force, along with a standing army, and a ban on mandatory conscription, unless in times of dire national emergencies, and only with a majority vote from the ruling council.
So
right now.
if we go into war, then we could, I don't know, drafts people.
Yes.
Not call it a conscription, call it a draft.
Yes, but again, only after the ruling council approves of it. It's not automatic. If we start forcing people to fight, especially if the war isn't popular with the populace, whatever support we'll have will turn against us, and we'll lose the war. Again, assuming if we ever get into a war, which we should very much try to avoid.
All in favor?
Aye.
Weekend warriors.
No!
I mean, I like the name, but that
I hear 2 in favor.
Sure.
I say aye, but I just want to name them weekend warriors.
You can call them whatever you want.
I...
Beverly?
I.
Very well. Okay, lawyers are created. Any other law proposal?
I think we need to put laws in for permits for inventions. Because out of control inventions can lead to disastrous effects.
Are you talking about that one time that Colin made that thing that we didn't know what it was?
That doesn't narrow things down.
And it ended up blowing a hole in something that wasn't supposed to have the hole in it?
Again, you're being very vague.
Some cities are chaotic. I once heard of a city where a cart randomly caught on fire and drove into a guard shack and killed all of the guards.
What?
Who would do
What?
something like that?
What?
I don't know. From what I heard, it was a bird brain of a man.
Sounds like an idiot.
I've also heard of people stealing ships.
Let's hear him out. I also
Alright.
propose that we make murder illegal.
Well, that's not fun.
Yeah, but nobody will.
Well, if we do it, is it murder? Or is it punishment?
Again, that's why I propose we need to create a court system with judges and jury system so that we have a fair system to dispense justice.
Well, I say we first go back to V's idea, because we didn't vote on it.
Of course.
Because we don't need certain people blowing stuff up.
We should also
As
probably.
I'm looking at 2 people.
I'm looking at 3.
I
You are
haven't
not
done
one of them.
anything.
You are
I
not one of them. And neither is
Century?
Beverly.
Touche. But mine have a punctual purpose.
so all in favor of requiring permits for invention.
Yep.
Ari.
Okay. Passed.
I also propose we create a patent office so that people who do get the permits for inventions get proper credit and monetary compensation so that nobody can steal their ideas, be the government or other people.
That's a very good idea, actually.
I look at the king. We're not stealing from our citizens.
Especially those that invent things, because then they won't follow the permits and invent something that's going to hurt us.
All in favor.
So for patents?
Patent office, yeah.
Sure.
Should we create a law that regulates the growing of substances,
What sort of substances?
emotions towards the
Oh
interest?
yes, I vote in favor of banning all recreational narcotics.
You know, if they have medicinal effects.
I cross my arms and glare at Colin.
We need medicinal herbs, but I
Okay,
do think
I'm
that
not
they
talking
do need
about
to be
medicinal stuff.
regulated.
If it's medicinal, it's going to be with healers. That's fine.
I think
Okay,
we should.
Hun, you do realize all of the drugs that you're claiming that my family grew were all medicinal.
I think that in order to possess these medicinal herbs, you need to have some kind of license. and you get a regulated amount. We could even have a place that, I don't know, dispenses these that we control so we can make some money off of it. We could grow it and sell it, and people will come buy it, not just for medicinal or recreational. That's, I mean, we can definitely approve more people if they have the medical need for it.
I am not against the actual legitimate medical needs for this drug, but what we do not need is people being strung out or high on these medicinal drugs when they don't need them.
Well, we're not going to
That's
regulate
part of the
alcohol, are we?
regulation.
Yeah, are you going
It's
to
kind of the
regulate
same.
alcohol?
Not necessarily.
I think there should be limits to public intoxication, maybe rehabilitation centers.
I'm
All
not
in
against-
favor of a dispensary?
I
Hey,
Hi.
I will definitely be going.
All in favor of the limits of public intoxication?
I once you get to the drunken part, I think being tipsy is okay.
Any other laws or
Murder.
all in favor of making murder illegal?
I
Majority votes.
Did you? I'm looking at my vote. Did you really vote no for murder? Making it
there are
illegal?
reasons.
And I will say, so with this, you guys take the time to create laws. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and do this all night, but you take the time to make your laws. You scribe them in the book.
Is it all
There's
purple?
one law I want to create. It's a tax law.
yeah. It's all purple ink. All the eyes have little hearts instead of eye dots.
I looked at everybody. I propose this for the taxation of the city. There will only be a flat rate entry tax into the city for every visiting person of about, I would say,
So we're charging people to be visiting our city?
yes, but this is like think of it as like a like a pass almost. You purchase this, it's a fee, but you are allowed to conduct business with no taxes on goods or sales. The money for this will be used for the upkeep of the city and pay and other such things.
And yet we're taxing the merchants, so they're
No, we're
making
not
less
taxing
money.
them. Well, not really. They're only paying a flat rate tax to conduct business inside the city. All sales.
What about our local salesmen who get taxed for their goods?
Listen, I propose no taxation without representation.
I.
Aye.
Trying to undercut the authority of the crown by allowing a representative body for the city.
Colin,
We are the
we're not charging
representatives.
people to come visit our city. Because with us charging them, that is making it seem like, oh, our city is unfriendly.
You're also got to think about maybe
people to come in.
refugees who may want to come to our city.
And you're
How are they gonna
sending
pay?
people who are probably broke and don't have money.
I was thinking
To
more along
pay.
to the merchants. The city needs to be able to pay for itself.
No, we could make permits. That way they can enter the city, but in order to sell things.
Which was, if that's a good idea, and these permits have to be renewed every year for a nominal fee. That way the city generates revenue. We don't go bankrupt.
But we also should make sure that we focus on our own goods. Make sure our goods are wanted.
I say that
if we're bringing-
don't do the merchant stuff yet. Outside merchant stuff. Charging them yet. Let us get established with our merchants, and then we can look at bringing other people in. and other merchants and other stuff.
So, as you guys are talking about this, your dragon's by your side.
I have my name now too.
Ding, ding, ding. You realize it's the warden's bell, the one inside the council hall. It hasn't rung since the fall. The tone is deep, metallic, vibrating the very bones of the structure. The resonance seems to echo far longer than it should, not through the air but through the ley lines themselves. Seconds later, a courier bursts through the chamber's door, out of breath, wide-eyed, clutching a rain-scorched scroll sealed in obsidian wax. There's no crest, just a single symbol etched deep into the parchment, a spiral of 9 blades wrapped around an empty circle. Message from the Concordant Assembly.
Who?
The Concordant Assembly. It is an assembly that is from a neighboring kingdom.
Oh.
Intercepted by the scribes of Oru. It's real. One of the Titans. It's been found. He kind of swallows, shakes his head. They found a Titan. He unrolls a scroll. Buried beneath the ruins of Vothis Deep, sealed in a ring of black stone, heart still beating, not dead, not dreaming, active. It is listening.
I looked at the others. We should summon the ambassador of this.
Let's not fuck with any more Titans. We're just rebuilding our city after fucking with one Titan. Now you want to go charge in to fuck with another Titan.
Oh.
That is
Yes.
actively listening. How do we know if this Titan wasn't the one that fucked with us? Fuck the shit up.
You see Calathar walk away.
Cal? King Cal?
I follow him.
I follow.
Go after him, too.
I'll get up and follow.
I
Yeah.
put my dragon and I kind of jog to catch up with Cal.
I get the messenger some water and stuff first because it sounds like he's really out of breath.
He is walking to the armory.
What you doing?
Going to kill a fucking Titan.
You're
Kicks open the door and just begins putting on all of his plate.
King Cal.
Colin,
This could be the thing that did this.
What?
Go stand outside.
I'm not standing outside.
Stand outside.
No.
Calathar. Think about
I'm
it.
grabbing Colin and dragging him out.
Calathar. Think about this before you do anything you may regret. We fucked with one Titan. Thought we were doing good by releasing him. What's saying that if we killed this Titan, it won't damage our cities? Or come back to bite us in the ass. Please think about this before we wage war on a Titan and we may lose.
I agree with Beatrice. We still need to get the defenses of the city rebuilt. I have specifications, but they still need to be built. And we also have to consult with the neighboring kingdom where this Titan is. We can't just go into another kingdom's territory. Technically, that would be an act of war. I don't think
Not-
we need to having a war.
This isn't even about any of that.
How is that? This is
personal to Calathar.
I understand that, and that's why
No,
we
you don't.
Yes.
Out.
No. Why do you keep trying to kick me out?
Because I want to talk to Calathar alone.
Didn't say that. Said it to Sesame as I walk out the room.
Calathar, why don't you send me to assess?
He, as he's fastening his last gauntlet, I watched it happen, Beatrice. I saw the crater where the palace once stood. I saw our soldiers fused into the walls they were meant to defend. I walked through the gardens where children used to play. Now nothing but black glass and bone dust. And he lifts the breastplate, locking it into place. And now we find another one. Another Titan. Still breathing, still listening, buried beneath a grave we didn't even know to fear. And he turns slowly to you. You can actually see lightning going through his eyes. His eyes aren't even angry. You want me to wait, to hesitate, to do what the last generation did. Look away while the world sleeps on a fault line?
I'm not saying look away. I'm not saying to hesitate. I'm saying let's think and prepare and plan before we do this.
While we build, they endure. While we mourn, they dream. If we let them, they will finish what they started.
We don't even know if this was a Titan that fucked us up. We don't know
What else could do it? I don't know, maybe let's ask your god. Oh wait, it's not even here. Maybe it's your god that did this.
I'm not denying that. I don't know if he did this. I would love to get him to tell me if he did this.
Listen, this isn't even about vengeance or justice anymore. This is containment. If we wait, and it wakes, what if we have to bury another city, maybe two, maybe the world? And
The thing that makes me nervous is the black glass.
Listen, I know what you're trying to do, what all of you are trying to do, and I love all of you for it, but do not ask me to let this go.
I'm not. Let's take a breath. Give it a couple plan. Just give a couple days to plan. To get an army prepared. Or people to fight a Titan. Cal, do you even know how to fight it and kill a Titan?
There's only one way to find out.
So you'd rather get yourself killed than all of us killed? Let's think. Is there anywhere that we can find more information about this Titan? Maybe they have a name.
Not
Maybe.
anymore.
Then let's
Everything,
talk to the neighboring kingdom that brought this in.
everything that we had was destroyed.
Would other kingdoms have this information?
Not that they're going to hand over willingly.
Dracoria had to have friends.
Not that are still alive. Listen. I get it. Did you not lose your entire family?
Then the plan was to save Elyndor. And if Arthur didn't blow the steam, my family as soon as I left.
So Your mission was to save Elyndor, right? Dracoria is part of that Elyndor, and no amounts of planning or waiting. Listen, I don't even know if we have to kill this Titan, but we need to know what it is and where better to go than the source.
Okay, so let's go in just looking for information.
He
I'm armoring up.
pulls the sword from the wall. He doesn't draw it, it's in a sheath.
We can go in on, but it's fact finding. See if this Titan's like the other one. But we have to be prepared for whatever's watching and listening. And it may destroy another city
He looks at you,
or more.
kind of looks around.
We need to be prepared for that. Are you mentally capable of preparing that you going to this place could have drastic consequences?
As he walks, like, kind of passing by you, tell the others we leave at dawn, and walks away.
I go find the others.
We were tangled out. Me and Colin, or at least we're outside the door.
Yeah, I was waiting right outside, like, getting my armor ready. Because I was, thought he was going to have us leave
If he
immediately.
can't walk, I like to be. Were you able to talk some sense into him?
Don't prepare.
I'm
Alright.
gonna go send a message to that keep.
No.
No, listen.
No.
What?
We-
What?
Colin, will you let me speak? Just shut up for 1 minute. Cal just lost his entire kingdom. He told me he doesn't even know if he has friends in other kingdoms right now. We send a message to that kingdom? Who says that that's not an act of war?
How is sending a message an act of war?
Letting
Showing up
them-
on
King.
at their border and crossing it without their permission, that is an act of war.
No, it's not.
That's
we
not
go
an act of
and
war.
it's a fact finding.
We still
mission.
need their permission to cross.
No, you don't. We can talk to Cal about it. You do not go behind his back.
Yeah,
He
that's
is
an act of
hurting
treason.
right now. I
Another
understand
issue
you
called-
think you know what you're doing? The only one that knows anything about kingdoms and ruling them is the man that lost his entire family. Yes, we lost our families when the space station blew up. He physically watched as children and his family got incinerated. So have some fucking compassion.
I am compassionate for it. I'm trying to make sure this doesn't all blow up in our face.
Yes, but going in on him as hot as you did,
I was trying to talk to him. You're the one yelling at me and telling me to go away.
because I'm trying to talk to him as a human.
So was I.
Well, he's a human, but
He doesn't see reason right now. He sees vengeance and revenge.
And letting him go off and
We're
do.
not letting him do anything.
Sounds like we are.
You really want to stop the king from going to investigate something that possibly could explain what the fuck happened to his family.
I'm trying to make sure that we don't take a very tense situation, which it is, and make it worse. He's not thinking.
Yes,
That's our
he
job
is.
to do his thinking when he doesn't.
He's thinking right now.
He's thinking only about vengeance and
No, he's not.
Colin, you send that letter, you're inviting others to come kill our kingdom while we're gone. Because you have just said then that are going to investigate this, which means they can move their armies. And do we have the defenses to stop an army? No.
Which I was also before, but I wanted to bring up. We can speak with our city engineers and start, in our absence, if we do go, the building of the defenses for the city. So we're at least a little bit.
That's going to take
Would
at
not
least
be
a month
ready.
or two.
So
We are the strongest fighters in this kingdom right now. We send that letter because it was intercepted. We send that letter. We're letting all the other kingdoms know that the top people that can fight and are more powerful are out of the city. Every single one of us.
I'm just.
That is
I'll just
begging
return.
for us to get invaded.
I'll just go prepare for our journey.
Put it this way, Colin. Do you trust me to understand vengeance and blind vengeance? Do you trust me to understand the difference between them?
Of course I do, because I know you.
Because I've done
you're
it.
Not trying to run off and not listen to the council that was appointed.
What do you
to help
think the ship blowing up was? That was my vengeance against that man.
And Colin, I've
All
been
of them
part of the council.
Or that man.
I was part of the council. My family, for generations, were part of that council.
And I killed them all.
What California
for one man.
is at least letting us prepare, keeping us informed, not going off and doing his own little thing, like that council on the starship did.
Very well.
This is this is vengeance, but he's planning. And he's listening. Because he could have just been like, no, fuck you. We're leaving now. He's letting us prepare. There's a difference.
I'll trust
Did you get
what
my
you
message,
all
GM?
say.
And I would say, Arthur, you're the only one that notices that B is shaking.
It's not a kind situation, guys. B and I barely agree, and we both probably just don't want to go to this. But he is going, and we are his mind. We are his strength. We are his anchor. We must go. We must support. Because if you lose that support, you're going to end up blowing up a damn starship.
Metaphorically. Or maybe physically. Who knows if there's more starships?
We were meant to fly.
Gather your gear, prepare your stations, and please, since we don't know what's happening, everyone leave your dragons here a little bit more in safety. Or if we're taking the ship, they stay on the ship.
I say we take the ship,
Mm-hmm.
leave our dragons on the ship.
Agreed.
But we
Now,
take
I have-
land. Get off the ship and we have the ship go somewhere safe. It's still nearby, where we can still possibly contact. But we have it at a safe distance.
Beverly, I need all information about our departure. Ceased.
Don't exactly have my spy network anymore, but I'll do my best.
Colin and V, I need any blueprints you guys think of defenses made. And I'll get the guard going.
I reach
We are
in
not
and
at war, but we must act like we are.
I pull out a little notebook. I already have the specifications and dimensions for the defenses of the city. We just need to give it to our engineers and builders, and they will build it.
Have you and V both worked on them? You're supposed to be a team.
I look to V. I completed the specifications for the walls and towers. I leave it to you to arm them.
And remember, if you build it, they will come.
And then I look to Beverly. Well, Beatrice.
He will come.
Calm yourself. We got him.
So I think that's the
Prepare what you need to prepare, alright? If anyone needs to take a blade,
I say this only to Arthur.
if anyone's gonna make sure to take his blade, I will take it. You are the mind, I will be the strength. Sometimes I gotta hurt to protect.
That's what's making me nervous. Is he said, when a weapon attack, it was black glass. And this Titan is covered in black glass.
Unless it was attacked first, and that's why it's still moving. We won't know until we get there.
The quarry is just a cover for that attack. Because I don't know if it's Titan fighting Titan. Zoltat being an ass to cover his tracks. Or it's a completely different player.
Let's not rule anything out. You would know. I trust in you. And that is saying a lot.
I can't even get in contact with my own god.
Screw the god then. I don't trust in your god. I trust in you. I trust in Cal. I fucking trust in those three behind us.
I hope that. Or someone I got when I was working with console.
Yes. All three factions were corrupt. So let's make a deal, you and I. You be the light, and if you need something taken care of, and not a light way, give it to me.
Just need to protect Cal.
Exactly. And I'll do what needs to be done, no matter what happens. You are too hesitant.
My parents didn't really want me to fight, so. You knew my brother.
And
Or you knew of him.
yes, and apparently you knew of my family of what I still want to despise acknowledging.
Yeah. Well,
Let's take care of our king.
I go with V. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Beverly,
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak off and do that thing I messaged you.
go ahead. You can RP it if you want.
I'd rather it be secret.
Okay.
I get with V and I show her. So this is what I came up with for the defenses of the city. I think it's pretty robust. as I showed the drawing sketch with the dimensions. First, a moat. 20 meters wide, 7 meters deep. On the inner bank of it, we'll put a low wall or some kind of a wooden palisade, something to kind of make an obstacle for anything trying to get across it. And then I point to another wall. This is going to be the outer wall. 2 meters thick, about 8.5 meters tall. Each will have towers, intervals of 50 meters. That's the first line of defense. And then I kind of I show a wall, there's a little bit of a gap for marshalling forces and moving. Here will be the main wall. 6 meters thick, 12 meters high. It'll have, now I'm anticipating that the city is going to grow, so we'll have around 90 towers, 18 to 20 meters high, square shaped. Along here we'll have an inner walkway. This is where we can put archers, siege engines, anything like that. This will make the city nigh impregnable. And through this, anything you design, we can put it on top of here.
Make sure you get a permit.
I know the guy who runs the permitting office. I hired him.
How much you gonna bribe him?
That I gotta make sure you get the permit.
We'll get the permit. I have the dimensions. I just need whatever you're gonna put on the wall in terms of defenses, so that we can present the permits to the permitting office, and then we can get building right away.
Okay, so are we? I'm trying to figure out what is trying to happen. Are you saying that you want the defenses to be built while we are gone?
Yes, at least started.
So, okay, so. Then we're okay. That means, GM, what's the specifications of the defense building?
So to build a single city wall segment, not only it takes 2 weeks, number one. Mm-hmm. It costs 50,000 gold and 100 stone.
Okay.
That is to build like a 6-foot wall segment.
Oh, that's going to be a very expensive project, but it'll be worth it because it's defense.
And that's not including like the actual defenses,
which he's got to build.
That's going to be even more. So this is like probably to put new wall around the entire kingdom, it will probably cost 50 million, 60 million.
And how much do they have?
119.
This is literally the most impregnable wall system that's ever been designed.
I mean, having walls around a kingdom is a necessity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just hope they do it right while you guys are gone.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
Because
unfortunately we
otherwise you
can't
wasted
always
And how
be
long are we
there.
going to be gone? How long are we going to be gone for?
You don't know.
Like I said,
You could be gone for months. Who knows?
and do we really want to
my
leave the city unguarded with no defenses for months? I understand it won't be built in like.
Well, I mean, you're not going to have any defenses because she's not going to have time to build them, or they're not going to have time to build them. You guys are leaving in the morning.
You I was just gonna leave the sketches with the city engineers and tell them to go and tell them to have at it.
I mean, you can. You just don't get to approve the final stuff. They just get built and put up. And if you have to tear them down, that's more cost.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Like, we're not here to oversee this type of building.
You
That's
also
the
don't
problem.
really have the infrastructure at this point to have like high-level engineers. You only have 1,000 people here.
Yeah.
For a kingdom, that's small, especially a kingdom this size.
Really a village.
Yeah.
I get it. I was just.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll just hold
You
off on.
maybe out of that 1,000, you maybe have 1 or 2 engineers. Actually, I have that somewhere.
I would. Then I guess we could hold off until at the very least we hire some high-level engineers to help oversee this project. Help us oversee this project. I just don't want. I
Yeah.
just didn't want to leave the place completely defenseless.
I mean, you have guards.
We do have guards.
I do have those.
Okay.
And I'm-
Way too late.
We're
Okay,
just gonna have to
population
go
rolls.
and deal with the type.
So 40% of the population are laborers. They can do construction, public works. 30% are civilians, so passive income, culture, population. 10% are merchants. 10% are artisans. 5% are scholars, and 5% are soldiers. So that would be the artisans. Only 10% of that 1,000 would be artisans, and then you take another 10% of that 10%. So you're looking at, out of 1,000 people, you only have 10 engineers, if they're even high-level ones.
Oh,
So-
we could always put out an ad for some more.
Hey, looking for engineers.
That is exactly what they did in medieval times. They would half of the great cities and cathedrals and castles in Europe and the Middle East were not necessarily built by the local population.
All right.
I'm going to, after I grab all my armor and weapon for staff, I'm gonna go to the Verdant Reach.
Okay. Yep. You can grab potions. You don't obviously have to pay for them because you guys.
I probably helped make them.
Well, you guys are the council, and you don't really pay for anything.
You have to be the council.
So.
Mostly because there's no we would have to, any committees to investigate us, we have to create it.
Yeah. All right. So. Everybody joining the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
And
with
Yeah.
the dragons.
Again. Five, 5, and 5.
15 plus your resolve.
18.
It's just what you needed. You reach out. It's dead space.
I just put out that, can you just give me a sense that I'm not dead? Don't have to talk to me. Just let me know they're not dead.
So, sake of brevity, journey's swift. The sky darkens unnaturally as the ship crosses the jagged spine of the Dead March Mountains, where Varthus Deep lies hidden in a gouge carved from the earth long before the gods were sealed. Even the dragons, usually restless, curious, or playful, grow silent during their approach. Zephyrion actually flies up in the air and begins circling really high. And then Nocturne vanishes from view entirely. As you descend, the land shifts. Green gives way to cracked obsidian, soil bleached gray as bone. The trees are wrong here, leafless, warped, growing in tangled spirals like they're trying to turn away from something buried just beneath them. And then you see it. A vast chasm, wide as a city, carved into the mountainside. It doesn't look natural. It looks punched into the stone by something impossibly massive. At its center sits a black monolith, partially unearthed and ringed in 9 circular trenches that spiral inward like a divine fingerprint. Sigils older than language glow faintly along the edges, etched into the rock like scars. Around the monolith, concordant assembly tents have been hastily erected, though half of them are torn down, collapsed, or abandoned. Arcane pylons spark wildly, overcharged and flickering like dying stars. One is bent, not broken by weather or magic, but melted. A faint hum, subsonic and nauseating, pulses every few seconds. As you step off the ship, the earth seems to breathe beneath you. Slow, deep. A beat that isn't the wind or the ground, but somewhere lower, deeper, under layers of time and stone. And then you see not a statue, not a fossil, a body. Partially unearthed, its torso embedded in black rock, arms stretched upward like it was reaching for something as it fell. The flesh isn't decayed, it's stone, but alive with veins of dull gold and slow pulses of red energy. The skin is cracked like volcanic glass. The chest rises slowly, steady. It's breathing. Its face is only partially visible, a mouth without a jaw, pulled open in a scream frozen by time. Its eyes are closed, but weep black tears that hiss when they hit the stone floor. One of them has eroded a runic pillar completely, and carved above the hollowed heart chamber where the assembly tried to seal it is a single phrase burned into the obsidian by divine flame. I heard the world break. And then, just faintly, in the space between the next heartbeat, the air shifts, and one of the fingers twitches. The twitch is small, a single movement, the size of a building shifting ever so slightly, but the sound is deafening. It's not audible, not exactly. It's a pressure behind the ears, a pulse through the sinuses, a low thrum at the base of each of your spines. The ley lines bend. You can even hear in the ship your dragons recoil. Zephyrion screams not in fear but in instinct, in memory and recognition. Then the world fractures. A sudden snap. Not of the land but of reality, and everything stops. No wind, no breath, no time. The sky turns the color of bruised amethyst. Shadows stretch and curl like smoke reaching for a flame. And each of you feels something you've never known before. You're not alone in your own mind. A voice, a presence echoes through you, not in words, not in language, but in understanding. So much
flesh, soft, souls loud. You build again. You dream again. But the bones of this world remember me. I am the crack in the foundation, the breath caught in the throats of gods. I slept until your sorrow woke me.
Then each of you feels seen, but in different, intimate ways. Calathar sees himself standing over the ruins of Dracoria again, but this time he's the one walking away from the fire, unscarred, untouched, as the screams echo behind him. He sees Zephyrion dead at his feet. His blade is clean.
You call it duty, but you crave the purge.
Beatrice, you stand in a cathedral of roots, watching every person you've ever failed, soldiers, children, citizens, turn their backs and walk into shadow. Your hands glow with radiant magic, but it burns your flesh when you touch them.
You heal, but some things were made to fester.
Colin, you see a forge melt, not from outside heat, but from within. Your creations scream. Your tools twist. You are building something and cannot stop, and it has too many eyes.
A fire you feed remembers its first shape.
Beverly, you walk a hallway with no end, doors opening into memories you've never lived, hundreds of them, alternate lives, alternate deaths, and in all of them, you are alone. Even Nocturne won't look at you.
You seek knowledge, but truth is a blade turned inward.
V, you're in a lab of mirrors, each one reflecting a different version of yourself. Some metal, some human, some monstrous. They all laugh in different languages. Behind you, entrapped is building something that resembles you, but without eyes.
You invent, but your chaos bursts mirrors without souls.
Arthur, you see a battlefield you know, but every face is blurred. You raise a banner, but it bleeds ink. Your name fades from the sky. No one salutes. You are forgotten.
You fight to be remembered, but memory is dust in deep water.
And then the voice speaks to all of you.
I am not risen, yet I listen. And if you dig deeper, you will find not one, but many. The chains that bound us were made by gods who have long since rotted. You build on a graveyard of titans, and you wonder why the ground shakes. Come closer if you must. I would rather you wake me than someone else. Let the world decide which of us is the ruin.
And suddenly, the pulse stops. time resumes. The sky is sky again. The chasm is silent, but your ears are still ringing. And in the black stone, the Titan's heart beats once more.
I look to Cal.
I just look at my hands.
What the hell is that?
I'm looking forward. I'm looking at all of them, but I look to Cal.
I don't know what it truly wants. Maybe you should ask it. Calithar steps forward and he looks to this Titan. You speak of memory, of gods, of dreaming. But answer me now, clear and unmasked. Did you destroy my city? Did you kill my people? What do you want, Titan? And all of you kind of like brace yourselves, not knowing what's coming. That pulse returns, and then nothing happens to you. Only Calithar hears the reply.
No. I did not destroy your city. You did. Not by your hand, but by your dreaming, by the light you brought, the hope you lit. Do you not understand, small soul of fury? The higher you build your towers, the louder they fall. They feared me once, but they feared you more. You who would bind dragons, raise gods, speak law into silence. You made them remember us, so they acted, not to serve me, not to stop me, but to ensure that you never stood taller than them again.
And he begins to see visions, a council chamber, not Dracorian, filled with cloaked figures and burning maps. A dagger passed from hand to hand, each grip trembling with fear. The storm before Dracoria's fall, but this time seen from above, from the stars. A prayer chanted not to a god, but to something beneath the earth.
You asked right what I want. I want to be forgotten. I want your kind to stop building temples over our bones. I want your gods to rot quietly, without followers, without song. I want the world to go quiet again. But you will not let it. I did not kill your people, Galathar, but I was the reason someone did.
I will then stand next to Galathar so you can kind of shake his head. You okay?
He said he did not kill my people, but he was the reason someone did. I saw a council chamber, people in cloaks and burning maps passing around a dagger. They prayed to something. I think there's more to this. I think gods know.
No. Is it who I think you're thinking?
No. Not. It's the mouthless. The mouthless. I fought them once, years ago, on the Black Steppes beyond Virulith. They believe the gods are parasites, cosmic tyrants to silence the first voices of creation. They worship the Titans not as monsters, but as liberators. They say the Titans gave the first fire to mortals, gave them choice, before the gods came to chain the world in laws and lies. To them, this, and he motions to the Titan buried in obsidian, this is holy ground.
So it's a god and someone's presence. Exalted wasn't ours. Exalted believed to protect us.
I don't know.
I get nothing. They didn't know if they're alive. So do we free the Titans? Or what? It seems to be driven these novels are going to continue killing people and innocent people.
Do you know why we call them the mouthless, or why they call themselves that?
Either they don't have a mouth, they sew it shut, or they don't speak.
They believe silence is holy, that words build the prison we live in, so they cut out their tongues. They speak only in visions and blood. They will slit their own throats to show a vision. And I think they've already started the awakening. not just here, elsewhere. That not coming to wake it, they already did.
Where does this black glass come from?
I don't know, but
Then he did.
if they are truly trying to awaken the Titans, maybe releasing that first Titan was a mistake. They are trying to bring back the time of the Titans. I think we have a new mission. We need to free the gods from their prison
Free the gods first.
in another plane of existence.
Oh, this is gonna be.
I pull out my plane shift scroll in its case because I have 2 of them.
Could it be Reverie? I was there recently-ish, and I was held captive by something dark. I did not want to let me go.
So, we try to figure out how to get to Reverie in a safe manner.
Should I try Soul Trap again? See if that answer? Or should I just...
I do suggest reaching out to Salta.
What's another guy that I could try to reach out to?
I could see if Nyx knows anything. He's not exactly a god, but
I mean, when I was changed by this new god, he was trapped somewhere. He had just enough strength to give me this power. I think we need to go back home and figure out how to get to Reverie. Maybe we can find some priests or priestesses that can tell us.
I think our next thing to build is the Hollow Circle. I will try. I know it's dangerous. We can accept that danger. I can try and reach out to a god that's listening.
There's something that troubles me, though. This Titan, he told us, I'm guessing he told you as well, that he'd rather us free him than the other.
What if the others that free him enslave him?
Or what if it's another Titan?
It's a damned if we do, damned if we don't situation.
Do you all mind if I ask him? For more clarity, at least for this decision. And he's looking more, I'm looking more between B and Cal.
I mean, you can ask him what he wants. Or whatever you want.
I'm gonna walk up and touch the stone and go, why would you rather us for you than another?
So, after a bit of silence, you hear an answer.
Because you are not ready. And that makes you honest. The others who walk my dreams, the cults, the choir, the whispers of entropy, they do not seek balance. They seek collapse. To them, freedom is fire, a purge of order, a chorus without a conductor. But you hesitate. You fear what might come, and that fear is purity. You would not unleash me to rule. You would unleash me to war.
And then the voice almost slithers closer to you like breath over skin.
I do not lie, Arthur. I am a weapon. I am ruin shaped. But a weapon only becomes evil in the hand that wields it poorly. If I must rise, I would rather it be by the hands of those who would regret it. At least then, the world might still mourn when it burns. You, in particular, carry the scent of oaths broken for the right reasons. You are the kind of mortal I would rather kill last.
May I have your name? And I'm just mentally saying that.
Your kind has forgotten my name. The gods buried beneath tongues of fire and rewritten prayers. But before thrones, before crowns, before even reverie, I was known. I am Ylazul.
You can't spell that for me.
Ylazuun.
The first bound, the weight bearer, the foundation that was broken so others might rise. They built your world upon my back, and then they forgot I was still breathing beneath it.
I'm gonna now speak out loud. I thank you for your answers. And you do speak the truth. On all accounts. But I will not rise you this time. for I don't need a weapon this time.
So, I'm choosing to leave it and go home.
I'm trying to figure out how to free the gods.
Okay. So, as you roll, I mean, you literally jump off the ship and we're here, so you get right back on the ship. So, the skies over Elyndor darkening as the ship cuts through the clouds. Storm-like crackles in the distance. Not a natural storm, but something born of ley-line turbulence and divine unrest. The dragons stir restlessly in their quarters. Beatrice, you stand at the prow, the wind teasing your cold eyes distant, and then it happens. You freeze mid-breath. Your vision tunnels. The world folds inward. You're falling. Not through air, but through memory that isn't yours. The sky splits into mirrored shards. Each one shows a different moment, different histories rewritten. One by one they vanish, until one remains. A battlefield of crystal and bone. The stars above are red and the titans stand unchained, colossal, elemental, and terrifying in their shapes. In the center of them all, untouched by their size or power, stands a figure cloaked in black and gold. Zolteth. Not in shadow, not as a whisper, but in full form, radiant, terrible, respected. Brothers, sisters, we're almost free. One more god, one more gate, then the world will forget the lie of light. A titan, one you don't recognize, bows its head. As the price, Zolteth smiles, kind, noble, false. I will become what they fear. I will let them name me the end. Seal me, curse me, worship the chains they used to bind me, but I will remember. He raises a hand, and the other titans kneel. Then a great gate, light pouring through it, the moment of sealing. You watch as Zolteth steps willingly into the prison of reverie, a divine smile on his lips. And behind him the gate slams shut, locking the others in darkness. You realize, as you snap out of it, Zolteth was never a god trying to stop the Titans. He was one of the Titans. And that's where we're going to end tonight. So, I want to thank everybody for listening, and please join us next time as we roll the damn dice. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.